Yo! What is good, Sixer Nation, NBA Nation? Welcome on in to another edition of the NBA Playoff Game Day Live Show. As we sit back and watch from afar, two teams going at it. This time in the second round of the NBA playoffs. It'll be the New York Knicks sitting as the 3 seed going up against the 2-seeded Boston Celtics in what is destined to be a great series. Game number 1 here at TD Garden. Can the Celtics pull it off and get an early lead? Or can the Knicks go on the road and get an upset? We'll talk about all of it. We'll break it down. We'll give you the live play-by-play, the live scoreboard, and more right here on Philly Take with RB. Let's go, man. I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for this one. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome on in. And thank you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the NBA Playoff Game Day Live Show right here on Philly Take with RB. We've been live streaming as many games as we can here in the playoffs, right? Keeping up with the Sixers content. I actually just dropped the video about an hour ago. Definitely make sure to, check that out. But we're dropping content. And we are breaking it all down. And we're going live. Depending on how this stream goes tonight, we might live stream the rest of the series. Should be a good one, at least we think. Celtics taking on the Knicks. What do you guys think is going to happen in this series? What do you think the final series will be? What do you think? How many games? Who will win? I think my official prediction, I'm going with Celtics in 5. I'm going Celtics in 5. What do you guys think? Knicks had a gritty series against Detroit, but they made it happen. Couple calls, iffy up in the air, but Knicks capitalized. Jalen Brunson came alive late in the games. Then the Boston Celtics handled the Orlando Magic pretty easily, but they are dealing with injuries. Drew Holiday's been dealing with an injury for the last, I don't even know how many weeks now. Jaylen Brown's dealing with an injury, but they're playing through it. But yeah, they handled the Magic pretty easily, I'd say. So we'll see what happens. We'll see who can get it done. Let's go to the chat. We got Busy B in the house. Busy B, what's up? Shout out to our channel members in the house. Shout out to the members. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to everybody that's been here rocking with me, even who was here last night. Busy B was up with us. It was a late one. I was very, very, very tired. Definitely got some sleep. It's been a day, but we're here. And I'm feeling better. Ready to rock and roll. Who else we have up in here? Daniel Berry, what's up, bro? Ice Celtics, what's up? Tristan, what's up? Banj, what's going on, man? Another channel member in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not cheering for anybody in this series. Obviously, I don't want to see either team win. Two of the rivals of the 76ers. So I'm here just as a fan, just sitting back watching. If you had to ask me right now, who would I rather see win? Nobody. But if I had to pick one, I think I'd rather see Boston win over New York. I just can't stand the New York Knicks. Can't stand their fans. I put out a reel on TikTok and Instagram last week. Definitely be sure to go follow us over there at Philly Take with RB. And the Knicks fans absolutely flooded the comments. I wasn't even saying anything bad. All I said was that in, game 5 it was. It was in game 5. where the referee screwed over the Detroit Pistons with the foul in the corner. All I said was that it was a missed call. That's all I said. It was about a 20-second clip that I posted. And let's see how many comments came onto that reel. Let's see. How many comments came on that reel? Guys, if you are just tapping in, please be sure to hit the like button. That helps us push this content out to more fans like yourself. So please hit the like button. So I posted this clip last week before I went on vacay. And let's see. So it's a 20-second clip, and it has over 1,000 comments, mostly from Knicks fans. Mostly from Knicks fans. 1,000 comments of them just being mad that I said anything about the New York Knicks. I didn't come to disrupt the peace. All I said was that it was a bad call. All I said was that it was a blown call. That was it. And even on Twitter, I said the same thing. And the Knicks fans went absolutely out of their minds, just like they do in this chat. So you know what, man? The Knicks are actually frustrating me more than the Celtics. Do you guys think the Knicks have any chance in this series? Let me know in the comments. Guys, be sure to join the Discord channel. We have a lot of people talking in there. Be sure to join that. Check out our website if you want to cop some of the Philly Take merch and support me as a creator. Definitely go check out the website. But if you want to become a channel member, hit the link pinned in the chat. Get all the exclusive emojis, loyalty badges, and more. Get your comments read out all the time. Really want to keep shouting out the members, keep shouting out the people that support us. Guys, this is a constant grind. We do this 365 days out of the year. We try to pump out as much content as we can. Like I said, I just uploaded a video about an hour ago, so be sure to check that out. We constantly try to keep the content flowing for you guys. So do me a favor and at least hit the like button in here, man. Subscribe to the channel. Let's keep it growing. We hit 42,500 subs last night. Let's get it to 42.6 tonight. Let's see. Banches might change my mind mid-game, though. Change your mind about what? Rudy says, I truly think that the Knicks have no chance against the Celtics. Yeah, that's what it feels like. That's what it kind of feels like. Let's see. We got Busy Being a House. Banj, what's up? Shoe Game, what's up, my man? Shoe Game says Celtics in 4. I think the Knicks will get 1 game, but that's about it. I'm going Celtics in 5 here. Pacers are up 1-0 on the Cavs. Cavs are dealing with injuries, so we'll see if the Cavs can bounce back tomorrow night. Then we have the Warriors and the Timberwolves. That should be a really, really good series. Honestly, I think I'm going to pick the Warriors in that series, but I could go either way. Then you have Oklahoma City versus Denver. So, honestly, a lot of good games coming into the mix here. We might stream one tomorrow. Like I said, I want to see how this series goes. I'm excited to stream this series just to, see what happens. But, like I said, I want to stream the games that you guys want to see. We've been streaming as many playoff games as we can. I'm recharged. I'm back and ready to go. Guys, the draft lottery is 7 days away. In 1 week from today, we will be live streaming the draft lottery to see where the Sixers get their draft pick. So we will be live streaming that, give you all the coverage. Celtics rocking their white jerseys, the Knicks rocking their blue jerseys. Guys, give me your score predictions in the comments right now. Score predictions in the comments right now. Do we think the first round is going to be as good as the second round? Or excuse me, do we think the second round is going to be as good as the first round? What do we think? Give me all of your thoughts right now in the comments section in the live chat. Be sure to like this stream, guys. We need everybody to hit that thumbs up so we can get more people in here watching this show. Starting five for the Knicks: Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Karl-Anthony Towns. And for the Celtics, it'll be Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Kristaps Porzingis. We'll give you the live play-by-play. We'll break it down as it happens. We'll read out your comments and a whole bunch more. Tap in, get active in the comments. That makes us a whole lot more fun for both of us. We'll get the other scoreboard up here in just a moment. All right, man, we are off in TD Garden. Here's a quick three from Jaylen Brown. Wasted no time, but it comes up short. That's how we begin this second round playoff series. Get the other scoreboard up here in just a moment. Be patient with me, folks. Karl-Anthony Towns, who had a really good end of the first round series, has the ball. He's going to find a cutting Bridges. Bridges steps back for two, bounces off the front rim, and Hart with the tap in. Trust me, guys, I'm going to be as non-biased as I can here in this series because I don't like either team. So I'm going to do my best to just call these games, and I hope you guys enjoy the coverage. If you do, please like the show. Porzingis going up, going in, kicks it out. Derek White for three, and that one is money. Mikal Bridges came up limping, though. Bridges holding his knees. Don't know what happened there, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and let's get this going here, guys. What series are you most excited for in the second round? Let me know. Let me know what series you are most excited for. Here's the dribble, the drive missed, and the Celtics come away with it. Here's a three ball in the corner. Derek White wanted another one. Couldn't get it that time. Sorry, I'm trying to get this scoreboard up here. Anunoby going to kick back to Hart. He's going to dribble, drive under the rim, turn, spins, has Porzingis in the spin cycle, and Hart puts it in for a two. That was a nice move by Josh Hart. Here's a three ball. Derek White can't get it to go. Porzingis taps it out to Jaylen Brown. You know the Knicks are going to be physical. And we have a foul on the New York Knicks. Somebody fouled Derek White. I think the key in this series for the Knicks is, I mean, obviously they don't have the same identity as they did last year because they lost Hartenstein and DiVincenzo and guys like that. But what I will say is that they're going to have to be a lot more physical because they were the ones getting beat to the punch in the first round by the Detroit Pistons. Luckily, they had more talent than them. Derek White going to knock down the first. But I'll tell you, man, the Knicks are going to have to step up their physicality, and they're going to have to find a way to stop Boston from letting it fly. I mean, Boston, they can knock down 43s a game if you let them. And I think the key for the Celtics is they just, one, have to be on shooting the long ball. Jason Tatum's going to have a couple big games in this series. He cannot shy away. I expect everybody else to, but Jason Tatum, you know, he needs to have a couple of those big games in this series, not get carried. Here's Jalen Brunson going to drive, kick it back. Hart wide open for three. That one rims in and out. Towns fighting for the board, picked up by Derek White, and here come the Boston Celtics. Derek White going to find Tatum. Tatum down low. Porzingis was getting held, but they don't call any foul. It's going the other way. Knicks basketball. You guys are just tapping in. Be sure to like the show. We got 26 people in here. Let's get up to 26 likes. We'll read out your comments here in just a minute. 9:35 to go here in quarter number one. Here's Mikal Bridges, and Jalen Brunson fouled off the ball by Jaylen Brown. Couple whistles here to begin this one. We got Shoe Game says, what's good? I'm back like Drummond out of the tunnel. Banches, Warriors, T-Wolves will be fire. Celtics 17-12. Busy Beast is 115-101 Celtics. Yeah, I think if I had to predict, I would probably say like 116-107 or something like that. Brunson with the floater, and the Knicks have the lead. 3 minutes into this one, just about. Here's Derek White, drives down the alleyway, tried to find a cutting Zingis, and that one's stolen away by Bridges. Here come the Knicks, 3-on-2. Hart to Bridges, all the way. Blocked by Derek White on the chase down. Here come the Celtics on the other end. A 3-ball from Holiday. He can't get it. And Jaylen Brown fouled on the subsequent rebound. Hart's chirping, and the fans are on their feet. Let's go ahead and just throw this up on the community real quick. Once again, guys, we're dropping a ton of content, so be sure to check all of it out. Dropped the video a little while ago. And the first free throw is going to be good for Jaylen Brown. All knotted at 6. Who do you guys think is the most important player in this series? If you had to pick one, who's the most important player in this series? And the second one is going to be off. Jaylen Brown misses the free throw. 1 for 2 at the line. Here's Josh Hart, guarded by Porzingis. Hart up at the top. He's going to one bounce to Brunson. Brunson on the wing. He's going to dribble, drive. Brunson down low, goes up. He missed it. Towns taps it in. Knicks are going to have to use that size, but also, again, they cannot get behind in terms of the 3-ball. So Celtics definitely have an advantage shooting-wise in this series, but the Knicks are going to have to find a way to be very physical. Here's Tatum, switched on to Towns. He drives, blows by, goes up, and fouled by Karl-Anthony Towns. Who do you guys think is going to be the most important player in this series? I'm curious to hear your answers, actually. Who do you guys think is the most important player in this series? If I had to pick the most important player in this series, I think, honestly, that's a tough one, man. Part of me wants to go with Jason Tatum. Part of me wants to go with Karl-Anthony Towns, actually. The Knicks really struggled to get Cat in open space early in the first round series. Like, Cat has to go off. This is the reason you traded all the picks for him and you got him. Obviously, Bridges has to be huge, but I just don't expect it from Mikal Bridges at this point. I think Cat is probably the most vital player in this series, especially because they're underdogs. Tatum steals away the Brunson pass. He drives down the lane, goes up, and he was fouled by Josh Hart. I think that's going to be number 2 on Joshua Hart. So foul trouble ensues early for the New York Knicks. I don't know if there was much there to warrant a foul, in my opinion, but we'll see. Guys, we are 1 week away from the draft lottery. Are you going to join me live for the NBA draft lottery? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. It's going to be a wild stream. I've never streamed the draft lottery. Sixers have never been in it, but I will be sweating bullets next Monday. Tatum pops a 3. That one's way off. Shout out to our mods and our members. Appreciate you all being here. Knicks overshot one. Hart is talking with Towns. Looks like they're chirping a little bit at each other. I don't know. Towns is frustrated with something. Towns is frustrated. Joshua Hart's playing wild right now. It looked like Towns was getting doubled, and he wanted the ball. Josh Hart actually went to shoot up a 3, and then he pump faked and tried to find Cat in the paint. Cat was expecting a rebound that he could have tapped in, but just, not on the same page there. Here's Tatum going to pop up a 3, and this time he hits. The Celtics take a 10-8 lead. 7:30 to go here in the first quarter. Towns has it, hands it off. Brunson drives, kicks, oppo corner. McBride for 3, and that one is cash money. Knicks lead it 11-10. Here's Tatum again. This time he's guarded by Towns. Tatum going to drive, step back, jumps into a three, and it's a foul. A foul on Karl-Anthony Towns. Tatum got him to bite. Thibodeau is pissed. Tatum jumped into it. I don't know what Cat is complaining about. I mean, I understand that he doesn't like that foul. And by the way, that's 2 on Cat now. So 2 on Cat, 2 on Hart. I understand that Cat doesn't like that foul. But, I mean, they're going to call it every time, which I don't like it either. But they do consistently call that. They consistently call that. Here's the second from Tatum. That one is off, so 1 out of the first 2. We got we in the chat. What's up? JS, what's up? Scott Lawrence, what's up? CL, what's up? Min, what's up? He says Boston, on paper, Boston is a better team, but if New York can hold Boston under 100, they have a chance. It's going to be very hard to do that. Boston's one of the best, most high-powered scoring offenses in the league. Jamie Slack, what's going on? Jamie says Celtics in 5, Knicks stink. Banch says this is worse than torture. Hey, I'm just here to watch some good hoops, man. I'm just here for the hoops. Guys, be sure to like the show, man. Get them likes up. Brunson hands it off to McBride. McBride coming around his screen. McBride going to drive, step back from the high block, and that one is off. Picked up by Boston. Here comes Jaylen Brown with the left hand. He's going to turn, find Tatum. Back to Brown. He spots up over Anunoby. That one's short. Here come the New York Knicks. McBride driving, kicks it. Bridges in transition, can't get it to fall. Celtics wing it down the floor. Tatum all the way and slams it down. Celtics lead it by 3. And we have a timeout on the floor. Tom Thibodeau wants a break. Horford in for the first time, and the Celtics coming in off a 3-ball. Yeah, Bridges, I mean, it's crazy to say, but Bridges might be the Achilles heel, man. Bridges might be the Achilles heel because, I don't know, he's just, might not be the guy, man. He's not the guy. So the Knicks are in foul trouble early. Karl-Anthony Towns with 2. Hart with 2. Tatum's got 8 points already. He's off to a good start. How do we feel in the chat, man? How do we feel about this series? Do we think this is going to be a good series? Yes or no? What do we think? Let me know in the chat. Guys, we are live streaming as many playoff games as we can, trying to continue to pump out the coverage for you guys. So I hope all is well. Thanks for being here. Let me know how you feel. I feel like once the Celtics usually get going in a game, like once they start hitting their threes, it's really hard to catch up to them, you know? It's hard to really like find a way to just, you know, catch up, and it's hard to stop them, man. I mean, the whole freaking team can shoot. Whole team can shoot, so we'll see. We will see. But anyway, let me know what games you guys want to see in the chat. Should we continue to stream this series? Should we keep streaming Knicks and Celtics? What do you guys think? Busy B says, of course, we need to spin the wheel. Yo, you're right, Busy B. You are right. We need to spin the wheel. Last night, if you guys were here in attendance, we got the #1 pick on spin the wheel. So Busy B is right. We need to run it back with spin the wheel because we need some energy up in here, man. We need some energy in the house. Let's see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me get a spin the wheel in the chat. Let's go. Busy Bee says, I think Celtics might dog walk the Knicks. Yeah, I'm starting to think the same thing, especially if they get out earlier in this one. TMB says, yeah, Banches, that was an interesting vid earlier today. Did not know PG was the only Star Clipper to make the conference finals. Yeah, man. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks for watching the video. Let's go, guys. Spin that wheel in the chat. Let's go. We need a top 6 here, man. We need a top 6. 6 days away, man. 6 days, 23 hours. Let's go. Give me one. Give me one. Come on. Guys, it's a sign, man. It is a sign. Drop some fires in the chat. That's 2 days in a row. That is 2 days in a row. Hold up, man. Number 1 pick? Let's change the fortunes forever. Here's Jalen Brunson for a 3. That one is short. Guys, it's a sign, man. It's a sign. Jaylen Brown going to find Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis guarded by Robinson. Here's Tatum. Tatum at the top. He crosses over. He drives, steps back. Tatum through the legs. Pull up. Deep 3. Tatum knocks one down from no man's land. What a shot by JT. Whew. What a freaking shot. Jalen Brunson coming around the screen. He dishes it. Anunoby wants one in the corner, and he has one. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something, man. It might be a sign. If we can get 3 in a row tomorrow, it's definitely a sign. Here's Tatum working against Anunoby. Tatum. One bounces it to Porzingis, and that one's stolen away. Here comes McBride after picking the pocket up the floor. McBride against Horford. McBride wants a chance at a 3, and he is going to knock one down. It is all knotted up. It's 17 apiece. So the Knicks are trying to play the Celtics game so far. Here's Porzingis, guarded by Mitchell Robinson. Derek White finds Tatum. Tatum, 10 on the shot clock. Tatum cooking in quarter number 1. Here's Derek White, catch and shoot. That one's off the mark. Horford back to Tatum. 10 on the shot clock. Tatum going to drive with the left hand. Pulls it up from the elbow and hits again. Tatum with 13 points here in quarter number 1. We have a lot of offense in this ball game so far. Here's Brunson around the screen. He drives, spins, kicks it back. McBride, Anunoby in the corner. He drives, now steps back for 3. Anunoby again. Back to back for the New York Knicks, and they take a 1-point lead. It's 20-19 with 4:10 to go here in quarter number 1. Tatum at the top, guarded by Robinson. He finds Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown going to drive. Posts him up. Brown up off a leg. Can't get it to go. Porzingis tried to get the board. Could not. That's where the Knicks can really take advantage in this series is the glass. McBride back to Anunoby for 3. Can't get it. Picked up by Boston. It's a 1-point game. Here we go. D. White going to find Tatum, and the entire Celtics team outside of Tatum has been asleep. Here's Porzingis on the cut. He misses it, puts it back up, misses it again. 2 misses for Porzingis. Not a hot start. Here comes Jalen Brunson. Brunson, the one bouncer, and Anunoby could not hold on to it. We got 50 people in the chat. Do me a favor, y'all. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get it rocking and rolling, man. Let's get it rocking and rolling. Come on, y'all. Get these likes up for your boy, man. We're out here grinding as many games as we can for the playoffs. Let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Knicks lead it by 1. It's 20-19. 3:20 to go. Derek White going to pop a 3. This time it's short. And Kornet with the putback. Luke Kornet with the putback dunk. Al Horford and Luke Kornet are in together. Anunoby tried to find a cutting Robinson. That one's taken away by the Celtics. Pritchard in for the first time. Here comes Tatum. He finds Derek White. Tried to find the cutting Horford. Could not. Here's Tatum. Tatum guarded by Bridges. Tatum coming around a screen. Tatum, the pull-up for three. Can't get it that time. 1 point lead for Boston. 2:37 to go here in quarter number one. Here's Campaign in for the first time here in this second round. Campaign going to drive. Tried to find Mitch under the basket. It's stolen away. Here come the Celtics. Tatum to Pritchard. Sixth man of the year, Peyton Pritchard. Guarded by Mikal Bridges. Pritchard's going to have to be hot off the bench in this series. Here's Tatum. He drives, floats one up, and kick at the ball as it hangs on the rim. Tatum wanted the foul, didn't get it. Here come the Knicks. McBride up at the top, 16 on the shot clock. And McBride fouled by Tatum. All right, let's get everybody in the chat, man. Let's see where you guys are tapping in from. Where's everybody tapping in from tonight in the chat? Let's give some love to the people out there in the chat. Where you guys tapping in from tonight, man? Let me know. Let me know where you guys are tapping in from tonight. Give some shout outs here in the chat. So we just did a spin the wheel. We had 2 days in a row of getting the number one pick. So ladies and gentlemen, I think it's a sign. I think it is a sign. Guys, please do me a favor and like the stream. That helps us push it out to more viewers. We're trying to get this content in front of as many people as possible. The more you guys engage, the more we have fun up in here. Be sure to join our Discord, follow us on all social medias, and be sure to continue to rock with all the content. Trying to pump out as much as we can. It's a dry time for the Sixers. Not a lot going on until next week. We're going to start putting out draft content as well, so be sure to check that out. But, yeah, man. We got 50 people in here. We should have 50 likes, right? We definitely should. We got TMB tapping in from Philly. What's up, my man? Thanks for being here. We got the chat going in on each other right now. I wish I was tapped in from the beach right now, but you already know in the ATL. Let's go. Would be a nice little beach day. It's getting nice out, y'all. Getting real nice out. For sure, for sure. Let's see. Got people talking about the Yankees in here. I don't know what we're talking about in the chat. All right, man. 1 point game. We're finally back. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Towns down low. He turns, spins, and he was fouled. That one's going to be on Grandpa Al Horford. I hate that I even have to feel like I hate that I even have to see one of these teams win, man. I hate how I have to even see one of these teams win, but if I had to pick one, it would probably be Boston over New York. I've been in my fair share of arguments with Al Horford's sister as well as Jalen Brunson's sister, so can't stand either one. Towns with a tough bucket. It's a 1-point lead. At least give us some good hoops. Here's Drew Holiday. He's going to drive downhill, floats one up, missed the layup. Missed the layup. Here's Cam Payne. Payne working against Holiday. 14 on the shot clock. Payne coming around a high screen. Cam Payne guarded by Al Horford. Here's Cam Payne. Going to dribble, drive, try to blow by, and they're going to get another foul. This one's going to be on Horford again. So it's going to be back-to-back fouls on Al Horford. Not what you want to see if you're the Boston Celtics. And the first free throw is missed by Cam Payne. Cam Payne's a guy who, played for the Sixers last year, had his moments in the playoffs, and of course, he had a really good first-round series with the Knicks. Kind of miss Cam Payne, honestly. He's going to miss the second free throw, though. He's a microwave scorer, man. Just a guy who can get hot whenever you need him to. Peyton Pritchard threw it to Horford, and did they just get the Knicks on another foul there? Man, a lot of whistles here in this first quarter. Maybe they don't want to let them play physical, I guess. A lot of whistles here in quarter number 1. Ban says Rays are going to whoop the Phillies like they did the Yankees. Ban, you're a Rays fan? Banj is a Rays fan. That's an interesting combo there. Pritchard going to knock down the first. Let's go, guys. Like the show, man. I need everybody in here. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. Let's go. We don't even have 100 likes yet. Here's Cam Payne at the top, coming around a screen, and we have another foul? Bro, how many fouls in the first quarter? Busy Bee says Anna is blocked. She is annoying. She really is, honestly. She's probably one of the worst. She's one of the worst as Robinson misses the first free throw. A lot of missed free throws, too, here in this first quarter. A lot of missed free throws. And the second one is off as well. Another 0 for 2 at the line. Yo, this is crazy. 23-22, Pritchard up with the triple, and he bangs it through. Peyton Pritchard on the board. It's 26-22. Here's McBride, going to find Cam Payne. Payne finds Towns. Towns down low. Anunoby goes up, stuffed by Cornette. He gets it back, and this time Cornette's going to foul Mitchell Robinson. That is going to be number 2 on Luke Cornette. 2 for Cornette, 2 for Horford, 2 for karl-Anthony Towns, and 2 for Josh Hart. Very physical now here down the tail stretch of the first quarter. What a block by Cornette. Cornette's really found his way to kind of get involved here with the Boston Celtics early. First one going to be good by Robinson. Busy Bee says Mitch Robinson needs to work on his free throws. Estelle says, didn't know you were doing this tonight. Makes the game so much better. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Yo, this is why I need you guys to hit the thumbs up button, man. They're not sending out my noties. Probably because we don't usually stream these teams. That's why I need you guys' help, man. Tatum going to pop up a quick 3. That one is off the mark. By the way, Mitchell Robinson is, what is he, 1 for 5? 1 for 4 at the line. Here's Cam Payne at the top. Payne guarded by Tatum. Payne going to find Towns at the mid-range, worked on by Holiday. Here comes a double team. Towns trying to move, trying to maneuver, and we have another foul. This one's going to be on Luke Cornett again. It's number 3. Number 3 on Luke Cornett. Too many fouls here in the first quarter. Too many fouls, honestly. First one at the line for Karl-Anthony Towns. That one is good. Shouts to everybody in the live chat. Hope you are all doing well here on this Monday evening. Game 1, Celtics versus Knicks. Let me know if you guys want me to stream these games going forward. Let me know if we should not stream these games. We should stream other games. What do you guys think? Honestly, the Cavs and Pacers, like, I just don't think there's a lot of hype around that series, in my opinion. But you let me know. Cat going to steal it away near half court. He drives, shoves Horford, and threw one down. It's not going to count. Also, Towns probably should have been whistled right there for a foul. But they did not call it. And we are finally at the conclusion of the first quarter. Towns shoved Horford out of the way, and he was worried about doing that instead of getting a shot off. So that's where we're at. Guys, be sure to like the stream. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're pumping out as many streams as we can. We dropped a video earlier, so be sure to check that out. So let's see how many fouls were in the first quarter. We had 6 fouls on the New York Knicks, and we had 7 fouls on the Boston Celtics for a total of 13 fouls in the first quarter. 2 fouls on Cat, 2 fouls on Hart, 1 on Brunson, 1 on Tatum, 1 on Jaylen Brown, 3 on Cornett, and 2 on Horford. So, yeah. Tika says, who do we hate the most? Take a shot every time Brunson baits or flops. Well, if I did that, I'd probably be drunk in about a couple hours. Ban says Pacers win in 6. Busy B says Brunson has been quiet. Don't worry, Busy B. You know what's coming. You know what's coming. You know what's coming, Busy B. It's going to get to the fourth quarter. Brunson's going to start flopping around. So, anyway, if you guys are just tapping in, we did a spin the wheel. And we got the number 1 overall pick for the second consecutive day. We did spin the wheel. We got number 1 overall for 2 consecutive days now. So I'm starting to think it's a sign. However, the NHL draft lottery just happened, ladies and gentlemen. And the Flyers, who had the 4th worst record in the NHL, ended up getting the number 6 overall pick. So does that worry you guys? Does that worry us at all? Flyers had the 4th worst record and they got the 6th overall pick. Does that worry us? Sixers better not do that. They better not. That would be a disaster. That'd actually be a disaster. I'm not going to lie to you. Estelle says, my 2 cents, I would concentrate more on the Eastern Conference games until the finals. Yeah, I hear you. I think we might do the Warriors game tomorrow night. Warriors streams have been popping off. We had 70,000 people last night on the live stream, so we were popping off last night. Warriors fans are having fun up in our chat. Like I said, we're trying to give you the best content that we can here. Here's the start of the second quarter. Bridges puts it up, and that one is left short. Busy B, thanks for squashing the bot. Shouts to the mod squad. Here's Drew Holiday, going to cross over, drive, floats one up, and got it from the mid-range. It is crazy, though, how all the Sixer fans that tapped in during the season are just tapped out at this point. Sucks that the team has to force people away and force some of our loyal fans and subscribers away. Here's Mikal Bridges at the wing. He's guarded by Derek White. Now Cat in the block. He turns, spins, puts one up, and that one is short, but it bounces in. Pritchard going to bring it up now for the Celtics. Pritchard, Derek White, Kristaps Porzingis, Jaylen Brown, and Drew Holiday. For the Knicks, it's McBride, Cat, Bridges, Robinson, and Josh Hart. Brown going to drive, floats one up. Couldn't get the runner. Here come the New York Knicks. 28-27 is our score. Hart dumps it down to Bridges. He turns, and another foul on the floor. Busy B says, do you think Bridges stays in New York, or do they move him? You know, that's an interesting question. I know he's up for a contract after next season. They're going to have to make a big decision. You know, they gave up a haul of assets to get him. Do they really want to sell him at a lower clip? I mean, if they want any chance of upgrading their team, it's going to have to be him or Anunoby that gets moved. I just don't know. I mean, Cat with a turnaround fade on the baseline. Nice shot. But yeah, the Knicks are in a bad situation because they either have to pay Bridges, knowing that it's probably going to be a bad contract, or they're going to have to move him and get pennies on the dollar for a guy they gave up all those picks to get. Jaylen Brown fouled en route to the bucket. He's going to the line for two. But yeah, man, I mean, I feel like the Knicks would probably run it back, but they need to upgrade their bench, and they just can't based on all the money they have allocated at the top of the roster. USM says it's a shame how far the Flyers have sunk. Once a proud franchise, same with the Buffalo Sabres. You have expansion teams winning cups and the Panthers. Hey, man, it's a cycle of sports, you know? Good management, bad management takes its turn, you know? Flyers are disappointing too. Teams right now in this city, man, I mean, I feel like they go up and down at the same time, but right now the Eagles are literally running this city. Jaylen Brown going to knock them down at the line. It's crazy how a couple years ago, though, it felt like almost all the teams were like peak in their primes, you know, like contending at least to get the championships. And it's really just the Eagles, which sucks, but I wish, you know, it feels like the Phillies have kind of run their course here a little bit. Hopefully the Sixers can find a way somehow to get out of the grave next year, but the Flyers are down bad. We're all down bad. Knicks lead it by 1, 31-30. Here's Derek White coming around a screen. White working the pick and roll, kicks it back to Brown. Brown up top, guarded by Cat. Cat trying to stay in front. Jaylen Brown drives, floats one up, and he is fouled again. We'll see who it's on. Looks like Cat's going to get his third foul of the evening. Number 3 on Karl-Anthony Towns. Tell you what, man, if the Timberwolves had kept Karl-Anthony Towns, I really believe that they would be a finals team this year. I don't know how anybody in that building thought it was a good decision to trade Karl-Anthony Towns, right? They talk about his attitude, and sometimes he's not as tough in big games. All I've seen this season was Cat just step up and rise to the occasion. Like, he is such a good player. Loved him coming out of Kentucky. He almost went undefeated that last year in college. And I mean, look, I'm not trying to poo-poo Rudy Gobert. And I know that you couldn't keep all the big guys together, right? But you just went to the conference finals. It's like the Mavericks trading Luka. Like, why would you do that now? And even if you wanted to trade one of your big men, like Naz Reid has been tremendous off the bench for them. Won the 6th man of the year last year, but man, like Rudy Gobert doesn't give you anything offensively. And I know defense wins championships, right? Famous quote from Nico Harrison. Free throws go. It's 31-31. But Cat is such a better player than Rudy Gobert. He's such a better player. Brunson knocked to the ground. There he goes, falling down. Look, I think DiVincenzo and Julius Randle have played pivotal roles for the T-Wolves. I think they have one of everything that you need, right? They have the Jaden McDaniels of the world that you need. They have the DiVincenzos. And maybe Cat isn't good enough defensively as an interior big, as a rim protector, but what he gives you offensively, I mean, the T-Wolves would be very scary if they had kept him. Jalen Brunson crossover, step back three, and another foul. Bro, can we stop with the fouls, man? Holy crap. I'm sorry, man. There's way too many fouls right now for my liking. But yeah, so it's interesting too, as Brunson misses the first free throw. A lot of missed free throws tonight. It's pretty interesting because what was I going to say? Oh yeah, it's pretty interesting because now the T-Wolves are going to go up against another team that likes to play small ball with the Warriors, but I just don't see Rudy Gobert being that consistent when they start to target him late in these games. And you know what they're going to do, right? I mean, they're going to try to pull him out of the paint. Curry's going to do anything he can to pull Rudy out of the paint. A lot of switches, a lot of pick and rolls. And I just think they're going to target him. I think the Warriors can win that series, especially with Jimmy in the mid-range. Brunson going to knock down the the third one. So he goes 2 for 3 at the line. It's 33-31. I feel like the Celtics haven't even hit any shots yet, and they're only down by 2 as Drew Holiday drives right in, dribble drive to the rack, 33-33. Busy B says, I did hear something about Celtics players being on the chopping block due to the CBA constraints. We'll talk about that here in 1 second. Brunson steps back, finds Hart. Hart kicks it out. McBride for 3. And he misses that one. Picked up by the Celtics. Here comes Derek White. White up the floor to Jaylen Brown. 8:45 to go here in the second. That one's thrown away. Estelle says, you're too young to remember, but 1980 was dope. All 4 Philly teams made the finals. Yeah, it's funny. That story is told to me many times. That story is relayed to me many times about how special that year was in Philadelphia sports. I wish we could have something like that. We almost did a couple years ago. Pritchard knocks down the deep 3. Celtics back on top. But yeah, we had that almost a couple years ago, and then every team lost. You know, the Eagles, the Phillies, and the Union. Tough finish there by Deuce McBride with the left hand. It's a 1-point game. At least we have a good game so far. Here's the Boston Celtics. Pritchard to Porzingis. Porzingis had a tough start in this one. Honestly, the Celtics have benefited too from like really one-sided trades as Pritchard takes it all the way in. The Porzingis trade, the Derek White trade, I feel both of those were just absolute steals by the Celtics. Bridges going to float one up, and he got it from the mid-range. 38-37 is our score. Jaylen Brown down to Drew Holiday, floats it up and in. 40-37. Now we're starting to score the ball a little bit. Guys, do me a favor, like the stream if you're just tapping in. Hart fouled on the other end. So I want to respond to Busy B's comment. Actually, I want to look up the cap table for the Celtics. It is interesting. Like, eventually the Celtics are going to have to trade one of Drew Holiday or Derek White, but the Celtics are doing what Howie Roseman is doing in the NFL. And based on the new CBA constraints, like, the Celtics can't afford to be in the second apron for too many years because they're going to start to get hit with some major penalties. I forget what they are off the top of my head. I know one of them is like if you're in the second apron for 2 straight years, your pick gets automatically moved to the back of the first round. And then I think you start losing draft picks. It's crazy stuff, but you have to find a way to optimize that 2 to 3 year window, right? And that's why I've been saying a lot about OKC and the Houston Rockets, because if they don't win in the next couple years, even though their guys are 24 and 25 years old, it's like, can you afford to keep them, right? So what Howie Roseman has done in the NFL is he has a ton of draft capital that continues to cycle in. So the Eagles are winning with young players on rookie contracts that can help balance out the superstars that you have to pay. Now in the NBA, it's different because you can just spend as much money as you want, even though you're going to get hit with penalties. And that's why I don't really like the NBA system, because, you know, a cheap owner doesn't have to spend any money, and then therefore the team's never going to be good. Whereas a team like the Celtics or the Knicks are going to continue to spend and spend and spend, and they're not going to worry about ducking the luxury tax at the trade deadline like the Sixers do. So it's a little bit more unfair in the NBA in terms of, if you have a cheap owner, you're probably not going to ever win. So that's my little rant about that. But if we look at the Celtics cap table, I mean, look at the money tied up. Like, let's even look at next year, right? Hold on, let me make sure you guys can see this clearly. Like next year, for example, Tatum, $54 million. Jaylen Brown, $53 million. Holiday, $32 million. Derek White, $28 million. Hauser, $10 million. Pritchard, $7 million. Kristaps Porzingis, $30 million. I mean, the fact that they can just pay all these guys is insane. We look at their space for next year. Guys, next year, they are almost $32 million over the first apron, and they're $20 million into the second apron. So most likely, I mean, they're going to have to find a way to eventually duck this second apron. Otherwise, they're going to start to get hit with some major penalties. This is actually insane if you think about it. Guys, look at how much tax the Celtics are paying on their players. Oh my gosh, man. They're $40 million into the luxury tax. Estimated tax bill. Bro, when you have money, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like I said, rich owners can just pay that tax and just keep winning, and you know, they're going to make more money by winning, and then they're going to get paid back by winning. So, not to bore you all, but it's pretty wild. Riaz in the chat. What's up, Riaz? Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you. Celtics also just sold their team 5 months ago. So, you know, the new owner's coming in with a fat chunk of change. He's going to keep paying money. I was actually concerned at one point because they said that Jeff Lurie, the Eagles owner, was considering buying the Celtics. And if you know one thing about Jeff Lurie, at least with the Eagles, right, you've seen their dominance. I mean, the Eagles will continue to spend money. Like, Jeff Lurie is a passionate owner, and he's a lifelong Boston Celtics fan. So, very happy that Jeff Lurie is not buying the Boston Celtics. Otherwise, we probably would have been doomed. But anyway, you think about Joshua Harris, Sixers owner. He's more worried about spending money with the Commanders, which is the Eagles' rival, division rival, even though they whooped them in the NFC Championship. And Josh Harris tries to duck the tax every year at the deadline. So it's like, you know, what do you expect? What do you expect? Does anyone know what time the draft lottery is on next Monday? I believe it's on at 3 p.m. Eastern. Don't quote me on that. I'm going to check for you. We will be live streaming the draft lottery, so be sure you have your notifications on. Also, be sure to like this stream, man. Help us push this out. We got 65 people in here. Appreciate you guys being here. But like I said, we got to put those noties on so you know when we go live or drop a video. Ball goes out of bounds. Knicks could not convert. Celtics ball. It's 40-38. 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Derek White at the top. He's going to find Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown coming around his screen. He's guarded by Brunson. Brown thinks about it, kicks it back. Drew Holiday. Now Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown working against Jalen Brunson. Brown going to dribble, drive, turns, goes up. Jaylen Brown got the ball to fall. If I had to guess one player that the Celtics could potentially part with, in a year or two to avoid penalties, I feel like it might be Derek White or maybe Drew Holiday, and then they'll find another stud point guard out of nowhere. Nice steal by Drew Holiday. Here come the Celtics. Brown going to bring it up the floor now. Jaylen Brown working, posting up. Brown turning, trying to get his way to the rim. He turns, floats one high in the air and gets it to drop. See, the Celtics drafted Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and that has paid hella dividends. I mean, these guys are still young, relatively young, and just playing at a high level and just continuing to win. And they've paid both of them long term, and Celtics know what they're doing. They know how to run a team for sure. Hauser and Pritchard are on really good team-friendly deals. Exactly. But eventually, it's going to come a day where they have to pay them too. Here's Mikal Bridges. Bridges turning, spinning. He fades away, and that one's short. And that's why I feel like the new CBA, not to get on a tangent here, Jaylen Brown, another wide open three. This time it does not go. Horford fights away for the rebound. Holiday, Horford down low, goes up, and he is hacked. Grandpa Horford slow to get up, but he's going to the line for two. Not to get off here on a tangent, but I just think the new CBA hasn't really done much so far. This is more of like a philosophical question with the whole structure and stuff, but I mean, you wanted to avoid super teams, right? You wanted to take away super teams, but you have teams like Boston who literally are still paying everybody. They're just in the second apron. It's like you can make a super team now, but you just are going to face many penalties, So I don't know. I feel like it hasn't really helped as much as they thought it would, but those are my thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 60 plus in the chat. There's no excuse for us not to have 60 likes. Hit the like button right now. Get us up to 60 likes. Welcome into the Game Day Live show. Game 1, Celtics versus Knicks. Horford going to knock down the free throw. It's 46-38. And Jalen Brunson down the other end made a bucket. Now he's yelling. Guess Brunson wanted it to count as an and one. I think they called it on the floor. Now the refs are meeting here on the court, and they're chatting this one out, discussing it. Actually, it looks like Pritchard was fouling Mitchell Robinson. So I didn't see that. It looks like Pritchard was actually trying to intentionally foul Robinson. They're trying to go hack a Mitch. But the refs did not see it. Maybe they did. Now Joe Mazzulla is talking to the officials. Guys, like the show, man. Come on. Come on, guys. I need y'all to wake up here in the chat. Let's go. Now they're going to review. Yeah, you know what's funny? I put out a video earlier today, and all the Clippers fans disappeared. All the ones that were calling me out and coming at me, all the little Harden stan boys disappeared like I knew they would. Just like Harden did in Game 7. Just like Harden did in Game 7. That's got to be a foul on Pritchard trying to hack Mitchell Robinson. I don't know how they missed that. Tika says, payroll and luxury tax, $401 million for the Warriors. It's crazy. Banch says, RB, thoughts on the Ravens releasing Justin Tucker? I'm not going to comment on that. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory why they cut him. All right, so the officials look at it and they determine that Pritchard did foul Robinson in the open court before Brunson got the shot off. So it's going to be Mitchell Robinson going to the line for 2. And I think he's 1 for 4 tonight at the line, so he's 1 for 4 at the line. I thought they put in a rule a couple years ago to stop people from doing this. I guess it's just at the end of the game, but I mean, it's another thing that just slows down the game, and I don't know. First one missed at the line. Karl-Anthony Towns sitting on the bench with 3 personal fouls, so something to keep our eyes on here, folks. Still think Ainge was a masterclass mover. We paid him to take Horford and a first. Ainge trades Al for another first. Yo, that was crazy. That was crazy. That was Sam Presti, actually. That was Sam Presti. Ainge is definitely a great GM, but Sam Presti is the guy who maneuvered that. And look at all the draft capital that the Thunder have, including maybe even the Sixers' first-round pick this year. Derek White missed a 3. Here's Anunoby, quick down the other end. He can't get it to go. Celtics throw it up the floor. Tatum to White, and White all the way in. Yo, that Derek White trade a couple years ago is like maybe one of the best. I mean, Derek White really transformed his game. I remember him first couple years, right? The Spurs were in a rut. They were trying to get the best out of the couple guys that they had drafted, you know, Lonnie Walker and Derek White, and who's the other one? Was it Keldon Johnson? And they were trying to like really make things work with that team, and they just couldn't. And the Celtics pick up Derek White, and boy, did he become such a player for them. Derek White was a first-round pick, but I mean, he wasn't really doing too hot with the Spurs. By the way, Mitch Robinson did miss both of those free throws, and now they're fouling him again. So Celtics are out here playing hack-a-Mitch. And they're going to do it again, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to do it again. They're just going to keep fouling Mitchell Robinson, but Tom Thibodeau can't take him out because Karl-Anthony Towns has 3 fouls on the bench. So now Tibbs is going to take out Mitchell Robinson. He's going to put in Precious Achiuwa, who has not played that much. Here's Tatum, a catch-and-shoot 3 off the mark. Yeah, honestly, man, you guys want to know my honest opinion? Here's Anunoby. He gets double-teamed. Nice closeout by Tatum. Brunson over Tatum. He missed a 3. Hart gets the rebound. Anunoby driving downhill, goes up all the way. Missed the layup again. Knicks with a third opportunity. Brunson wide open, and this time he cashes it in. 48-42. You want to know my honest opinion, man? Celtics are just so much better than the Knicks. Here's Horford, a catch-and-shoot 3. He can't answer. Look, I'll tell you what, man. And Bridges just lost it out of bounds. Yo, Mikal Bridges, honestly, I mean, Bridges might be the perfect example of I am just not good on a good team. Like, I can do my own thing with a bad team, but, you know, without my numbers being inflated, like, I'm not that good of a player. Pritchard for 3. That one's off the mark. Celtics get the board, and Holiday taps it in. That's another one. That's another trade. Holiday. Talk about a freaking trade, man. I mean, the Bucks get rid of him, which essentially derailed their franchise. And what they trade him to the Blazers? And the Celtics are like, all right, we'll trade for Drew Holiday. We'll trade for a champion. Why not? Yeah, man. like I said, the combination of good drafting and smart trades have really just like that's propelled the Celtics, man. The Holiday trade, the Derek White trade, the Porzingis trade, they fleeced all of them. Tatum, Cornette floats one up, missed it, gets his own board. He's getting triple teamed. Cornette fighting, turning, spinning, and he's fouled. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so my honest opinion, the Celtics are not even shooting that good right now, and they're still up by 8 points. Once the Celtics start to get going here, I mean, they're going to eviscerate the New York Knicks. I said 5 games, it might be 4. I'm sorry, man. Like I said, we'll see what happens in terms of, like, can these young teams survive in the playoffs? But I just don't see a way the Celtics are going to lose. They've made the perfect trades. They drafted perfectly. I remember I wanted the Sixers to get Peyton Pritchard in that draft. Ends up being a stud. I don't know, man. Weedu says, I remember 1981 to 1980 like it was 1979. Stand down went through Cincinnati in 82. I'm saying only stadium I liked first with a jail under the stadium. That's what scares me. Sixers did a tankathon for nothing, says Estelle. Tika says, I'll take a 2-drink penalty for this question. Any updates on Embiid's knee post-operation? Any update on PG's knees, pinky, and care factor? You know, I'm actually going to make a video tomorrow talking about Paul George, but yeah, in terms of Joel Embiid, we haven't heard any updates. Very Sixer-like. Paul George seems ready to come back next season. Maxey seems ready to come back next season. But yes, it feels like it's going to be more of the same. RB, who's the draft prospect that you played street ball with? I don't know if I should reveal that tonight, man. Chat's not that popping right now. Maybe if we get to like 300 likes, I'll reveal it. All I know is that we're gonna be dropping a lot of draft content after next week. Hopefully the Sixers get their top 6 pick. They really, really need it. Busy B says the Celtics are so much better than 85% of the league. It's crazy, but it's true. They've built their team exactly the right way. Exactly the right way. Just being quite honest with you guys, man. I hate to say it, but Celtics are building a team like the Eagles are. Like, I don't know if you guys are so, up to date with the Eagles like I am, but like the Eagles are already trading veterans in order to be able to pay their young studs, and they had 8 selections this year. It ended up turning into 10, and they're going to have 13 draft picks next year. And they have probably the best roster in the NFL. And they just won the Super Bowl with a bunch of first and second year players. Like, the Eagles are doing it the right way. And so are the Celtics. Now, how long do I think the Celtics window can be? Well, the fact that Tatum and Brown are so damn good and they're only 8 years old or whatever, I think they can. I think the window with this current team is probably like 1 to 2 more years. But then they can go replace those guys, the Horfords, the Holidays, with other players around those two. So anyway, that's how I feel. Guys, like the show right now. Get us up to 100 likes. We got Dom Boyle in the chat. Dom, what's up? Pritchard fouled on the floor with 3.6 left on the shot clock. It'll be a fresh 14, 3:19 to go here in the first half. Dom, where you been, man? Where have you been, Dom? Dom, we missed you, man. Minnesota's a young team. Dallas the same. Indiana, OKC, Houston, and Orlando. Estelle says Maxey, McKean, and Grimes build the team around those 3. I'll tell you what, guys. I'm going to say this, and then we're not going to talk about the Sixers for the rest of the night. If the 76ers try to pull more crap this next season and they're lying about Joel Embiid and he's not really playing and Paul George is injured, if that cycle happens again, it might honestly be one of the lowest times ever for a Philly sports franchise. I don't even know how I got through this past season. I don't know how I was covering half the season talking about 10-day contracts. If they do that again from game number 1, guys, the Sixers fan base, whatever's left of it, including myself, might revolt. I'm not even joking. They might force the ownership to sell the team because Josh Harris will not be making a profit at that point. Did you see the crowds in the second half of the season? There was nobody at the games. Dom says, I missed last night and half of tonight, been busy. What's up, Dom? You missed a crazy live show last night. We had over 70,000 viewers last night. Tonight, not so much, but we got the diehards here. Bryce says, what pick do you see the Sixers realistically getting? I mean, it's hard to say, man. It's all in the luck of the draw, but we did 2 spin the wheels. We got number 1. Last night and tonight, we got number 1 overall in the spin the wheels. So I think we're getting the number 1 pick. Brunson, I missed the free throw. We got another foul. Is that number 3 on Brunson? That's the 3rd on Brunson. Yo, the Knicks are screwed with foul trouble. We have a $20 super chat from Estelle. Let's go. Yes, sir. Estelle says, blessings. Estelle, thank you so much for the love. Appreciate that. Thanks for supporting us all night and sticking in here with us, as well as everybody else. It's been an interesting chat tonight. I'm guessing there's a lot of channels probably streaming this game, and they're like, I don't want to hear some Sixers fan talk about this game. Missed free throw, and I don't even know what's going on. Dude, this game has been officiated. I'll tell you what, if they officiate the games like this, I don't know if I can watch this series. We had a lane violation from Precious Achiuwa, so there's going to be another free throw. But Estelle, thanks so much for the love. Appreciate you. Very much appreciated. George might go to Houston after the Horde performance in the playoffs. Nah, that's not happening. Unless they want to derail their franchise. Celtics win the tip-off. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I don't know why they did a jump ball. Here's Jason Tatum with the left hand, crosses over, dribbles, drives, Tatum spins back the other way, little shimmy, can't get it to go. Bridges picks it up. Mikal Bridges is 1 for 6 right now. Bridges going to find Brunson. Brunson around a screen. Brunson pulls up the mid-range, and this time he gets it to go. Here's Jaylen Brown. Brown working against Josh Hart on the switch. 10 on the shot clock. Brown dribbling, driving down the alleyway. He turns, throws it down low. Cornette goes up and lays it in. The Celtics lead it by 10. Ryan says we'll get the 1 and Morey will trade it for a wash bum. Here's a drive by, looked like Achiuwa, and he looked like he was hacked, but no call on the play. Here's Tatum, finds White to the corner. Pritchard for 3. Can't get it to go. And it's picked up by the Knicks. 1:30 to play here in the second quarter. Anunoby runs over Derek White. It's going to be a charge. Going the other way. The Knicks look rattled. What did I say? What did I call them, guys? Frauds. Frauds. Guys, I'm sorry. The New York Knicks are fraudulent. I said it all year. I said it in the first round. They almost lost to the Pistons. They might not win a game in this series. You know what? I changed my mind. As Jaylen Brown with a little fillet finger roll right to the rack. 12 points. I want to see the Knicks get swept. I'm sorry. I want to see them get swept. Here's Jalen Brunson working against Tatum. Kicks it out. Hart for 3. That one's off the mark. Anunoby trying to get the board. He cannot come away with it. Here come the Celtics. White down the floor finds Pritchard. Pritchard down to Jaylen Brown. Goes up and in. Ladies and gentlemen, I want the Knicks to get swept. I've changed my mind. I want to see the looks on their fans' faces when they get swept. Here's Jalen Brunson one-on-one against Pritchard. They cannot even find a way to penetrate the paint. Brunson floats it up. Another miss. Cornette the board. He's getting hacked. Cornette up the floor to Derek White. 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Derek White. Here's Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown up top, guarded by Jalen Brunson. The fans are on their feet, getting loud. 6, 5, 4 on the shot clock. Brown, the ISO, pulls up from the elbow. Got it to go. 61-45. Jalen Brunson dribbling, driving down the lane. Kicks Anunoby, corner three. He missed it. And Bridges stepped on the out-of-bounds line. Man, talk about disastrous from Mikal Bridges. 1.5 seconds to go here in the first half. See if Pritchard can hit one of his signature half-court shots. Never mind. Tatum down to Brown. Brown's fadeaway three. And that will end the first half. It is 61-45. Celtics lead it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 65 people in the house. 65 diehards. Can we get it up to 100 likes, though? Come on, man. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, at the beginning of this game, I said the Celtics would win in 5. My gut was telling me 4. It's either going 4 or 5. And the Celtics really haven't gotten going in this game, which is the funny part. And they're still dominating the Knicks. Why is that? 2 things. Number 1, the Knicks have been in foul trouble the entire game. Cat has 3 fouls. Brunson has 3 fouls. Hart has 2 fouls early on. So the Knicks are in foul trouble. Number 2, the Knicks were playing with physicality in the first quarter, and they lost all of it. They lost all of it. They stopped driving to the paint. The Celtics were doing really good rotating on the scorers. The Celtics are pushing them outside. They're making them play their game. I said it at the beginning. The Knicks are going to have to be very, very physical, but that's not their identity anymore because their GM wanted to trade 5 first-round picks and Dante DiVincenzo and all these guys, and they ended up with Mikal Bridges. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to know if you agree or disagree right now in the chat. I can't believe I'm saying these words. The Mikal Bridges trade might end up being one of the worst trades ever. Agree or disagree? The Cat trade was fine. Even though you gave up some of your toughness and your shooting and DiVincenzo, you got back a really good shooter. The Mikal Bridges trade has prevented the New York Knicks from getting any bench depth, any scoring. And Mikal Bridges, they bring him in, they try to change his jump shot. Like, Mikal Bridges might end up being one of the worst trades ever. That's crazy, man. I said that about Rudy Gobert, and I'm starting to think the same thing about Mikal Bridges. The Knicks have Landry Shamet and Cam Payne coming off their bench. Wow. Bridges is 1 for 6. He doesn't do anything else particularly well. And the funniest part about it, worst part for the Knicks, is that they have to pay Mikal Bridges after next year. They're going to have to realize they made a mistake here and try to get rid of him and get a better fitting player. Because my Lord, Bridges is not playing well. And he's just been average the whole season. And maybe he was just inflated in the Brooklyn Nets system because he was scoring so much because nobody else could score. But then again, you go back to the Phoenix team that was in the finals and Bridges was doing everything well. Like, it's not even like he's an exceptional defender right now. And look, I like Bridges a lot. I like him a lot. Sixers should have never traded him on draft night. His mom worked for the organization. I'm also a Villanova fan, so I've watched a lot of Mikal Bridges games. But the New York Knicks made a couple vital decisions that have costed their team. And trading all those picks for Mikal Bridges is silly. The Nets have officially won the trade. Even Anunoby, 2 for 8. Like, you can't have all these alphas on one team. You can't have 5 guys that need the ball in their hands. Trust me, I saw it myself in 2018. 2019, I saw it with the Sixers. Everybody wanted to talk about Jimmy Butler, right? And I know. Here goes RB bringing up the Jimmy Butler convo again. Here goes RB bringing up Jimmy Butler. But let me tell you something. The Sixers only gave it half of a season. And they could not put the ball in everybody's hands. Joel needed the ball. Ben Simmons couldn't shoot, so he needed to play point guard. Jimmy Butler needed the ball. Tobias needed the ball. It doesn't work. It does not work. So the Knicks could come in here and try to wow everybody with their starting 5. But guess what? Mikal Bridges needs the ball 20 times a game to score 20 points. Anunoby needs the ball in his hands. These guys don't do everything else particularly well. Derek White, playing great defense. Drew Holiday, playing great defense. Facilitating across the floor. Porzingis, not playing that well tonight. Can do other things, though. Al Horford can seem to get his hands dirty. Jaylen Brown, great defender. Like, it just goes on and on. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm just ranting right now. Do you guys, am I just spewing whatever right now? Am I just yapping right now? Do you guys agree with me? Yes or no? Maybe the Celtics are just too damn good. Maybe they're just too good, bro. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Jermaine says Mikal Bridges can't shoot and defense is okay at best. He used to be a better defender. I think that's what they traded, that's what they traded for as well, the defense. And they're just not getting it, man. They're not getting it. The OG trade was better. Bridges is not that good. Dom says Bridges lost his talent. Estelle says they haven't used Shamet at all in the postseason because he's not that good. I used to like Landry Shamet too, but they just, that can't be your leading scorer off the bench. Can't be your leading scorer off the bench. And if you want my honest opinion, they should have never traded DiVincenzo. I know they got Cat, but the Knicks should have not been cheap. They should have re-signed Isaiah Hartenstein. They let him go to OKC. But the Knicks should have kept Hartenstein. They should have kept DiVincenzo. They should have kept the Nova boys together and saw it through. DiVincenzo comes in. He shoots the most threes in a season in Knicks franchise history, and then they trade him. I mean, guys, you could... feel like I'm losing my mind thinking about this stuff. You guys ever like go down a deep rabbit hole of your own thoughts and you're like, if only they paid me $1 million to make better decisions? You ever think that way? I feel like I could run some of these teams better than the people that make millions of dollars to do it. Bro, the Knicks lost all of their toughness because they got rid of their two gritty players in Isaiah Hartenstein and Dante DiVincenzo. Why would you do that? Dom says they need Bridges to be at his best to have a fighting chance. He's at his worst right now. No, I'm listening. Celtics are legit. It makes me mad. It's true, man. It's true. What's the plan for the Sixers? We're not talking about the Sixers till next week, bro. Go watch the video I put out today. No, I can't even think about the Sixers right now. I'm so frustrated with the Sixers, man. All right. I'm sorry for yapping about the Sixers, man. I just got in my head for a second. I was just thinking about like the decisions that we just talked about, right? The Knicks, the Timberwolves trading Cat. Like it's sometimes I really do sit back and even if I'm just chopping it up, right? Barbershop talk. I'm talking with my buddies outside of this YouTube world or talking with whatever. And we're all sitting there and moves happen and we go, that made no sense. I almost think some of us could run these teams better than these executives because I feel like they don't really listen, you know? Like one thing I'll give Howie Roseman, even though he had a stretch of bad years, is that he started to tap in more to the fan base opinions. He started to actually listen and he started to use his common sense. He started to draft from the best schools. He started to find the right talent. I don't know, man. Dom says Hartenstein is a very solid player. Yeah, and now he's about to win the chip potentially with OKC. I feel like OKC is probably the only team that can take the Celtics off their high horse. Don't worry, RB. Sixers got ChatGPT on our side. Yeah, we do. We do. Other than Seattle, what city should receive an expansion team? That is a good question. That is a good question. What do you guys think about that? What team do you want to see with an expansion team? I feel like obviously it's going to be Las Vegas, but Seattle, Vegas are probably the two likely ones, right? I don't know who else. I don't know. Maybe they'll probably do a team in another country eventually. Banches, nah, I'm retired from running the team. I feel honestly like the Sixers probably watch some of these videos. Like they probably do. I don't know. I mean, Maury looks up ChatGPT to ask about signings. So, and you know what, man? Like I said, I saw Maury last year at Summer League. If I go to Summer League again this year, which I'm trying to do, if I see Maury again, boy, I'm gonna have a chat with Daryl Morey at Summer League. Let me tell you guys, I'm gonna have a convo with Daryl Morey at Summer League. I'm gonna let him know. I'm gonna let him know. I am gonna talk to Daryl Morey and let him know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will be back in one moment. Going to go get some more to drink, and then we'll start up this second half. If you can do me a huge favor, like the show, subscribe to the channel, join our Discord, and if you want to support us, become a channel member. I'll drop the links here in the chat. Let's get these likes up, man. Let's go. All right, we'll be right back. Be back in 1 second. All right, man, we are back. Second half just started. One possession in. Here's Anunoby going to drive, spin, kick it. Bridges for three, and Bridges finally hits a dang shot. Celtics were up by 16 at half. It's now down to 13. About 1 minute into this second half. Welcome into the NBA Playoff Game Day Live show right here on Philly Take with RB. Here's Jaylen Brown going to pull up for three, and that one does not go. Picked up by the Knicks, and here we go. Mikal Bridges up the floor. Going to find Anunoby. Anunoby back to Brunson. Brunson around a screen. Brunson to Cat. Cat going to dribble, spin. Cat goes up, and he can't get it to go. Falls off the rim. Bridges wants a three, and that one does not go. Celtics lead by 13. Here's Drew Holiday. Holiday going to step back, a three ball over Hart, and he answers. Part of me feels pained every time I see Drew Holiday hit a shot because I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy should be a 76er for life. Here's Jalen Brunson going to find karl-Anthony Towns. Towns guarded by Jason Tatum. Towns going to turn, spin, Towns. And a shot clock violation. Dude, the Knicks are playing like they have no self-awareness. They're playing with no self-awareness. Tatum dribbles the ball off his leg, and it goes backcourt. Backcourt violation. All right, I have an interesting question for the chat. I want to get you guys engaged, get you guys involved. Here's my question. Which team do you think has a better chance of beating the Boston Celtics? The Pacers or the Cavaliers? Pacers got beat down last year by the Celtics. Obviously, they were dealing with injuries too, but who do you think has a better chance? The Pacers or the Cavaliers? Anunoby going to kick it back. Bridges spots up for three. That one rolls off the cylinder. Brunson gets it back and then flops his way into a foul. It's going to be on Derek White. So Jalen Brunson going to the line for two. You know, I've been saying all year the Cavs have a shot to take down Boston or at least compete with them, but based on the current injuries, I'm starting to think the Pacers might be the better bid there. I don't know. First one good for Jalen Brunson. 64-49 is our score. Clint in the chats is here for the second half. Thanks for streaming again tonight, RB. Clint, what's up, bro? What's up, Clint? Which game do you guys want to see me do next? Should we do the Warriors-Timberwolves tomorrow? Like I said, this is our off-season, man, so I'm just trying to give you as much content as I can. We're trying to stream as many games as possible. So let me know what you guys think in the chat. What game do you want me to stream? Tatum misses a three. Horford picks it up. Here's Tatum. Tatum on the second opportunity kicks it out. Derek White for three, and that one is money. 17-point game. Should we stream the Pacers-Cavs game or should we stream the Warriors and Timberwolves tomorrow? Cat going to turn, spin, lost control of it, and juggled it out of bounds. Cat feeling the heat. He's got 3 personal fouls. Dude, the Knicks just look so discombobulated. Maybe it's just the dominance of the Celtics. White again. This one does not fall. Here come the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson going to find Josh Hart. Man, they got all these guys on clamps. The way they're able to get out to these shooters is crazy. Anunoby goes up and puts one in. 67-52. Here's Jaylen Brown at the top, coming around a screen. Brown going to find Horford. Horford at the top. He's going to find Jaylen Brown. Brown against Towns. Kicks it out to Tatum. 6-5. White goes up, under. Horford gets plucked by Towns. Here come the Knicks. Hart down the floor. Hart going to turn, spin, find Anunoby. Anunoby going to dribble the drive. It's plucked away, and it is off of Anunoby. It's going the other way. Celtics retain the ball. Here's Jason Tatum at the top. One bounce to Holiday. That one's poked away again. Knicks continue to make stops on defense, but they can't translate it into any offense. Here's Towns, drives the length of the court. He was plucked by Horford. He wanted the foul, didn't get it. Here's Holiday, oops it up. Brown comes down with it. One bounce, Derek White, Drew Holiday, back to the corner. Wide open, Jaylen Brown for 3, and that one does not fall. Here come the New York Knicks. They just look so out of sorts on offense. Simple pick and rolls, and the Celtics can literally switch everything on defense. And they are, I mean, man, look at this. Towns muscles over Holiday. It's going to be an offensive foul on karl-Anthony Towns. puts a shoulder into the jaw of Drew Holiday. Yo, let me tell you guys this, man. The Celtics are so good, they can switch everything on defense. They had a guard on Karl-Anthony Towns, and he couldn't get any space. He couldn't get any separation. I mean, that is crazy, man. Here's Derek White at the top, guarded by Cat. 9 on the shot clock. Derek White going to find Tatum. Tatum back to Derek White from deep. Got it again. Are you kidding me? Oh, say goodbye, New York. Kristaps Porzingis is questionable to return, by the way. He's got an illness. So no Porzingis. We'll see if the Knicks can find a way back in. Here's Karl-Anthony Towns against Derek White. He was blocked at the rim. Are you kidding? Tatum, Horford dunks it all the way. This is crazy. Man, Knicks, say goodbye. Where's all the Knicks fans? Where's all the Knicks fans? Because look, I told the Clippers fans about James Harden, didn't I? I told them that he was going to come up short and come up empty. I told the Clippers fans James Harden would come up empty in the big games, and he put up 7 points in a game 7. And I told the Knicks fans that their team is a bunch of frauds, and here they are getting smoked by the Boston Celtics. Celtics are shooting 8 for 31 from 3. The Celtics are shooting 8 for 31 from 3. Could you imagine if the Celtics were on tonight from 3? Could you imagine if the Celtics were on tonight? Knicks are a disaster, says Dom. White's out here committing fouls and nothing gets called. Well, I agree with that. Should have been a foul there, but they didn't call it. Called a million fouls in the first half. I don't know, man. Knicks are just not doing anything well. Harden 2 for 8 on 7 points. Exactly. And I told them, Riaz, I told them that it was going to happen. Who was here for my playoff preview video and live stream? Who was here? I literally said, beware Clippers fans. The only guy that can take it to the promised land is Kawhi Leonard. And he did everything he could, and James Harden still came up short. Look, man, I just watched the games. I just analyzed the team. I look, not trying to hate on James Harden. I'm just saying, man. I knew James Harden was going to choke. I knew the Knicks are frauds. I mean, it's really not that hard to see. It's really not that hard to see. James Harden was not interested in Game 7. The Knicks already look uninterested in Game 1. The Celtics are good at everything. I hate to say it, but it's true. Busy Bee says, Knicks hate watch in full effect. I'm not even trying to hate on the Knicks, man. I'm just speaking the truth. I'm just speaking the truth that I've been speaking the whole season. I've been speaking it the whole season. Clippers blew the series in Game 4. Jay's Junk says, hater, that's why your team is garbage. Wow, there's Jay's Junk. There's Jay's Junk. Hey, put the Knicks in the back of it. Jay's Junk is one of the typical Knicks guys that comes in here when the Knicks win, when they take the lead in the last minute of the game. Jay's Junk, I tried to tell you, man. Tried to tell you the Knicks are fraudulent. It's not, I mean, it's nothing against them. The Celtics are just way better. Riaz says, if the Pacers go up 2-0, is the series over, RB? It could be. If Darius Garland isn't playing and he's hurt and all this stuff, if the Pacers win, yeah, it might be over. Might be over, but I don't think they're going to win tomorrow. Here's OG Anunoby. They're running OG Anunoby ISOs right now. Hart for 3, and the Knicks needed that desperately. Knicks needed that bucket. 72-55. Here's Jaylen Brown. 5:50 to go in the third quarter. 3-ball from White again. Oh, my gosh. It really makes me mad how good Derek White is. It makes me mad how good Derek White is. They got him for what, man? Anunoby a 3, and the Knicks answer back. Now we got a trifecta going. Now it's getting a little interesting. Teams are actually hitting shots for once. Tatum going to swing it out. Jaylen Brown, can he answer the answer? No can do. Cornette taps it away. Knicks pick it up. Mikal Bridges back to Anunoby. Anunoby for 3 and another one. Now the Knicks are finding a stretch. Jay says you have more Knicks fans here than Sixers. We have no Knicks fans in the chat other than you because they all faded away because they can't own up to the fact that their team is frauds like I told them. And I'll give you credit for being here, but you're probably the only one. The other ones only come in if their team goes up. Derek White again, can't get it to knock down. So now it's a 14-point game, 75-61. Here's Jalen Brunson, drives the lane, turns, spins. Brunson back to Anunoby. Anunoby down to Robinson, and he is fouled. Derek White is overrated. I don't care what anybody says. I can't agree with that. Derek White literally comes up huge, especially when Tatum is selling. Derek White comes up huge for the Celtics. He is such a key piece of that team. Every time I see his little bald egghead, I do get mad. Robinson finally going to hit a free throw. It's 75-62. But yeah, man, the Knicks, they didn't beat any good teams all year. They didn't beat the Celtics. They didn't beat the Cavs. They're probably going to get swept. Here's Al Horford, pops up for another 3. That one is short. Here come the New York Knicks again. This is their chance to get back in it here. Brunson going to dribble, drive. Brunson steps back, mid-range, missed it. Tatum the rebound. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Tatum, here's Hauser for 3. That one's way off. And Robinson going to save it. I honestly think the Celtics just get bored sometimes of dominating. Then they let the team just start coming back, and then they, put their foot on the gas pedal. Brunson going to step over, floats one up, got it to go. And a quick timeout by Joe Mazzulla as the Knicks started to come back there. They're just chucking too many shots right now. So the Knicks are trying to make it a thing. See if they can keep coming back. So I'm guessing Porzingis is probably not going to come back. He's dealing with an illness. But yeah. Knicks have to be careful too. They're in foul trouble. Like I said, Cat's got 4, so yeah, man, we'll see. See what happens. I think it's hilarious the Knicks have a block party for round 1 like it's the final. That's what I'm saying. They win the first game of the first round, then they start acting like they're the best team in the world. So, honestly, man, it is what it is, bro. They'll be bouncing this round, and, you know, that's what they're going to do. They're going to get bounced out in the second round. And, yeah. They're going to act like they have bragging rights for beating the Pistons, who they barely beat. Honestly, if the officials call the game the right way, they probably don't even beat the Pistons. So, it's kind of where we're at, man. Beating the Sixers is the Knicks fans' version of a championship. Apparently it is. It's what they hang their heads on. My thing, the thing that I find funny about Knicks fans is they're acting like they have like this big 4-year window, when in reality they're not going to be able to upgrade the team unless they get rid of Bridges or Anunoby. And Bridges is proving to be right now an awful, awful trade. It's actually awful. You know what really does frustrate me though, man, is like the Sixers had this Celtics team pinned to the wall in a game 6 and they didn't put them away. Sixers could have beat this Celtics team a couple years ago. They just didn't take advantage. Here's a 3 from Tatum, and there it is right out of the timeout. Celtics go back up by 14. Tatum knocks down a 3. He's been cold since the first quarter, but definitely needed that bucket. Leslie says you're a hater. Nah, I'm just a truther. I just speak the facts, Leslie. Brunson going to turn, spin, put it up, and got it to fall. 78-66. Brunson with 15 now on the evening. 2:50 to go here in the third quarter. Tatum going to pull it up. This time a deep 3, and he knocks down another one. 81-66 now. Back-to-back triples out of Jason Tatum. He's got 19 points on the evening. Here's Brunson going downhill, puts up the mid-range, and that one is short. Tatum with the rocks. Celtics lead it by 15. Tatum once it again shoves Brunson off, kicks it out. Horford, Hauser for 3. That one does not fall. There goes Josh Hart, coast to coast. Nice bucket for Josh Hart. Knicks down by 13. They're still in it, but they need to find a way to get some stops. 13 points out of Josh Hart. 5 for 7 for the New York Knicks. Here's Jason Tatum. Does he have a third one? He does not. Hard up the floor, Anunoby running all the way down. And he was way ahead of the defense. Another easy 2. Celtics are getting lazy right now on the defensive end. They're getting defensive. 11-point game now. Celtics lead it. Knicks coming back. Here's Pritchard around the screen. Pritchard, 10 on the shot clock. Pritchard going to cross over drive against Josh Hart. Stopped in his tracks. Nice defense. Pritchard knocked to the ground. He's fighting for it, and it's ripped away by Josh Hart. There's that physicality. Brunson pops up a 3, and he hits it in transition. And all of a sudden, the lead is down to single digits. It's an 8-point game. Hart is grimacing. I don't know if he's dealing with something now, but all of a sudden, it's an 8-point game. Horford up to Tatum. And Horford from the corner, and that one's off. I don't know what the Celtics are doing right now. Here's Jalen Brunson one-on-one against Pritchard. He's got him on an island. Brunson going to turn, spin, fade, off a foot, tried to feed it down low. Hart picks it up. Anunoby pump fake, sidestep for three. That one's off the mark. Did they call that a foul on Hauser? Hauser's down holding his ankle. Yo, that was a late call. 3 free throws coming up for Anunoby. That is a late call, man. I don't know if I've seen a call that late in a long time. Hey, you got to make it interesting somehow, right? Hauser got injured on the play, too. So Anunoby going to the line for 3. The first one is good. Hauser's limping back to the locker room. Not a good sight for the Celtics. So now Porzingis and Hauser are both going back into the locker room. Second one, no good for Anunoby. Riaz says that Game 6 against Boston almost hurt more than the Kawhi Leonard doink in Game 7. Honestly, I agree. That Game 6, that was the start of everything derailing. I mean, that was your opportunity right there. You had him pinned against the wall. Anunoby going to go 2 for 3 at the line. It's now a 6-point ball game. The Knicks have fought their way back here in the third quarter. 20 seconds to go. 4 seconds separating game and shot clock. Hart knocked to the ground. Tatum scanning the floor. Probably should have attacked there. Tatum going to turn. He wings it. What a dime. Horford for 3, and he drills it. Wow, what a pass by Tatum. 5 seconds for the Knicks. Here they come. Bridges hands it off. Anunoby's got to let it fly from deep, and it's an air ball. And we are headed to quarter number 4. It is 84-75. Knicks stormed all the way back. Celtics with a late 3 there. We'll see if the Knicks have anything other to offer in the fourth or whether the Celtics can hang on. Now we have to monitor the Hauser and Porzingis situations, though. What do you guys think? Can the Knicks actually win this game? Yes or no? Give me your thoughts. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't know. Nice run there by the Knicks to end the third quarter. They definitely needed it. Keep in mind, though, Jaylen Brown was resting for most of that. Porzingis, I don't know what's going on with him. I mean, his illness, will that keep him out for a couple games? We'll see. Probably not. But the Hauser injury is definitely concerning if you're a Celtics fan. It's funny how I'm seeing just a couple Knicks fans in here just whining and complaining. You guys know that your team is fraudulent. I mean, I've said it all season. I don't have to keep saying it. But yeah. Shazy says, I already see a toxic Knicks fan in the chat. Yeah, I mean, like I said, they just come sporadically. Usually they only show up when their team goes ahead, but like I said, they know what their team is. I don't have to keep telling them, you know. I just spit the truth. That's it. All right, man, we start the fourth off. Celtics lead it by 9, 84-75. Here's Jaylen Brown, dumps it down low. Cornette goes up. He was blocked. Back to Brown. Brown, White. Pump fake, sidestep. Derek White for 3. That one's off. Cornette gets the rebound again. Jaylen Brown kicks it over to Holiday. Holiday wants a stab at a 3. He doesn't have it. $84-75 is our score. McBride, Bridges, Towns, Robinson, and Hard in the game for New York. Bridges puts it up deep, missed it off the back iron. Bridges now 2 for 10 on the evening. There's Drew Holiday working against Bridges. He's going to find Jaylen Brown up top. Brown had a nice rest at the end of the third quarter. Brown going to cross over, getting jiggy with it. Steps back against Cat. That one's airballed. Pritchard tried to save it and could not. Busy Bee says tomatoes in the chat for the Delulu Knickerbocker fans. Yeah, drop some tomatoes in the chat for the whiny Knicks fans. Tomatoes in the chat for the Knicks fans. Bridges coming around a screen. He's going to drive downhill, turns, kicks. McBride wide open 3, and he knocks it down. Big time shot by the Knicks. 84-78 is now our score. Lead down to 6. We'll see if Boston can hold on or if the Knicks can complete a comeback. Brown to Holiday. Holiday going to turn, spin, drive, lost it again. Knicks pick it up. Knicks with a chance to cut it to a 1 possession. Here's McBride. He's going to turn, spin. We still got a lot of time left in this game. McBride for 3. Can't get it to fall. Towns the board, and he puts it in. The Knicks have stormed back here in game 1. It's a 4-point ball game. We have a game, ladies and gentlemen. This is a ball game. This is a ball game. 9:50 to go here in the fourth. Derek White to Peyton Pritchard. Pritchard going to step back over Bridges. Can't get it to go. I don't know why the Celtics just keep jacking 3 after 3. Hart going to find Bridges. Bridges kicks it out. Here's a 3 from McBride. That one does not fall. Pritchard saves it. And a timeout by Joe Mazzulla. Credit to the Knicks for coming back and making it a game. We'll see if they can keep it going here. Like I said, honestly, I just feel like the Knicks are playing more physical than they were in the third quarter. Or excuse me, in the second quarter. But hey, at least they made it a game. I did ask them for that earlier. At least they've made it a ball game, which is nice. Yeah, I still don't think the Celtics are going to lose this game, but maybe they will. Maybe they will. I don't know. I just feel like the Celtics can usually turn it on whenever they want. But I will say, man, no Kristaps Porzingis and no Sam Hauser. It's definitely huge. Definitely huge for the Celtics. Go, guys. Like the show right now. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let's keep growing. Let's keep going. We are live streaming as many playoff games as we can. Just tuned in. Is Tingus Pingus injured? He has an illness, and he is not going to return most likely for this game. I'm a Sixers fan, but from the Bronx, I need New York to win this series. Why? Are you a bandwagon Knicks fan for the playoffs? Celtics are doing what the Steelers do, play with their food. I mean, the Celtics really are just jacking up 3 after 3. Celtics are just jacking up shots like they don't care right now. Celtics tonight are shooting 12 for 45 from 3, which is 26.7%. Yeah, they're just out here jacking it up no matter what. Knicks are at 42% from 3, which is crazy that they're not winning this game based on those numbers. Like I said, though, I hate both of these teams, so Porzingis draws defense, which opens shots from the perimeter. They need him. I mean, Horford can kind of do the same thing. Like I said, they're just, I don't know. They're jacking up 3 after 3 after 3. I mean, again, the Celtics shoot like 55 threes a game, so it's in line with what they do. RB, I do too, but I don't want to see the Knicks beat. Yeah, I definitely don't want to see the Knicks win. I mean, I hate both these teams, but I hope the Knicks get swept, which they probably will. There's Tatum going to cross over, step back for 3. Tatum missed it by a mile. I don't know what Tatum is doing here the last 5 minutes. Anunoby with the rock. He's going to find Towns. Towns to Bridges. There's Anunoby. Anunoby for 3, and he drills it. It's now a 1-point game. Celtics were up by like 20 points a couple minutes ago. 28-9 run for the Knicks. And Boston just committed another foul. It's a turnover, so now it's going back to New York. Are the Celtics choking? Cornette set an illegal screen, I guess. What was that 4 on Cornette? 3? 5. 5 on Cornette. Here's Mikal Bridges driving downhill, fades away for 2. He can't get it to go. And it was tapped out by Drew Holiday. So now the Knicks will retain possession. 14 on the shot clock. Anytime the Celtics let this happen, they come back the next game and smoke them. This is Shazy. Here's karl-Anthony Towns guarded by Al Horford. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Towns jabbing. Towns for 3. He airballed it. Derek White picks it up. And here come the Boston Celtics. I will say, this is the Knicks' chance to steal a game. If they really want to make a statement, they will steal this game. Jaylen Brown fouled at the basket by Josh Hart. It's going to be 2 at the line for Jaylen Brown. I'm just glad that I'm glad they made this an interesting game. Dom says this could be a longer series than we think. If the Knicks can steal a game today, maybe. But I just don't see them doing it. And if the Knicks don't win this game, it's going to be a missed opportunity. Brunson coming back in for the New York Knicks. 8:16 to go in this ball game here in game 1. All of a sudden, we have a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Do me a favor, like the stream, hit that subscribe button for your boy. Shouts to the members. Shout out to the mods. Jaylen Brown going to go 2 for 2 at the line. He's got 16 on the evening. It is a 3-point game. 8:10 to go in this one. Here's Mikal Bridges, guarded by Jaylen Brown. He's coming around a screen. Bridges drives downhill, spins. Bridges up at the top. 7, 6, 5. Kicks it. Hart for 3. Doesn't get it to fall. Tatum going to cross, drive, kick. Horford White in the corner. Can't get the 3-ball to fall. 7:45 to play. Here's Josh Hart in transition. Goes all the way and fouled en route to the basket. Josh Hart going to the charity stripe for 2. Busy Bee says we haven't hit 100 likes yet. What is happening? That's what I'm saying. We're still not at 100 likes, which is crazy. I don't know how we're not at 100 yet. It's wild. Hart going to miss the first one at the line. That could be crucial. A lot of missed free throws early in this game. Fouls have kind of dimmed down a bit, but a lot of missed free throws. Hart at the line for number 2. Let's see what he can do. And Josh Hart going to knock down the free throw. 86-84. 1 for 2 at the line. 7:40 to play. Tatum coming around a high screen. He's going to dribble, crossover, spin, kick it back, and he gave it away. What is Tatum doing? Anunoby flies down the floor and slams it home. It's tied at 86. Are you kidding me? The Knicks with an insane comeback here in the second half. Here's Jaylen Brown. Palms are getting sweaty. We have a game, ladies and gentlemen. Jaylen Brown, 1-on-1 with Brunson. He turns, spins, kicks. Tatum, 4, 3, 2. Tatum to the cup. Can't get the layup. The Knicks have a chance to take the lead. Are you kidding me? Here's Jalen Brunson. 6:45 to go in this contest. Knicks have a chance to steal. Here is Towns. Finds Bridges. Bridges, 6 on the shot clock. Here's Towns. 1-on-1 against Horford. Towns going to dribble. Spin all the way. Blocked at the rim by Horford. Celtics with a 5-on-4. Here's White to Tatum. Holiday wide open in the corner. And he nails the 3. Celtics with a much needed bucket. Timeout on the floor. Tom Thibodeau. Woo, we got a game, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, every time I stream, man, cardiac hoops. Guys, we got 100 people in the chat. We have 80 likes. Can we get it to 100 likes? Hit the like button right now. Subscribe to the channel. It's been an interesting stream tonight for sure. We're streaming as many playoff games as we can. We are out here grinding for you guys, giving you the live play-by-play, giving you the scoreboard, all the stats and more. So do me a favor and like the show to show support for the grind. Credit to the Knicks for coming all the way back, man. They are battling. They are battling. They are battling right now. Come on, man. I'm trying to hit the air horn. I'm trying to get a little energy going, man. Come on, like the stream, man. Don't be a fraud. We have to hit 100 likes, man. We're still not at 100. Secret Underdog the Gamer in the chat. What's up, Secret? What's up, man? Thanks for being here. Clint's is another cardiac game with RB. MC says, I hate Holiday. He's dead to me. Was never a Sixer. RB, who do you want to win? Nobody. I would pick nobody if I could. Busy Bee says, we have a game. 76 total three-pointers between both teams. That's crazy. That's crazy. Leslie says, why did you trade Holiday? I didn't do anything. I'm here covering the team. But why did the Sixers trade him? Because they're the Sixers. That was back in the process days. They were just trading as many people as they could and just, stacking up more picks, really. Yeah, honestly, I mean, as good as Jason Tatum played in the first quarter, I mean, Tatum at the end of that third quarter when Jaylen Brown was on the bench, Tatum started taking some wild shots. RB, Indiana versus New York Eastern Conference Finals. I think that wouldn't be bad. Look, man, I'm not trying to sound like a hater. I'm really not. But I don't want to see the Knicks have a chance to go to the finals. I don't like the way their fans are, and I don't like the way they come in here and, talk like they just won the finals. I don't want the Celtics to win either. I wish neither of these teams could win. Don Vito, what's up, Don? Whoever wins game one wins the series. That's a crazy take, bro. Game one is just the start of a series. Definitely not over. Now, I will say if the Knicks win game one, that will be a huge statement. If the Knicks can find a way to win this, that would be a huge steal. But we'll see what happens. Celtics lead by 3 coming out of the timeout. Here's Brunson blowing by Horford. Pushes off, floats one up, missed it. Knicks somehow get the board, though. Anunoby working against Derek White now. 10 on the shot clock. Anunoby driving downhill, almost falls to the ground. Bridges, Brunson, wide open corner 3, and he drills it. We are knotted up at 89. We are all knotted up. 5:40 to play. Holiday for 3. That one's off the mark. Brown taps it back to Horford. Celtics with a second chance. Fans are on their feet. Things are getting tense. Here's Tatum again. Tatum wants a 3, and he missed it again. Celtics with a third opportunity. Brown gonna jab, drives all the way, goes up, and got it off the back iron. The third opportunity is a successful one, and the Celtics lead it by 2. Here's Brunson, guarded by Drew Holiday. 5:10 to play in this game one. Things have gotten spicy here in the second half. Brunson against Holiday. Comes around a screen. He's going to drive. Stop on a dime. Kick to Hart. Hart drives in. Kicks it out. Anunoby steps back for 3. Can't get it to fall. Bridges taps it away into the backcourt. And the Knicks have a fresh 14. Both teams struggling to rebound right now. Here's Brunson, the drive, posts him up. Brunson steps back, jumps into Brown, and he got him on the pump fake. Brunson going to the line for 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 112 people in the chat, 91 likes. We need 9 more. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Like the stream right now, man. Subscribe to the channel. Jaylen Brown is 0 for 9 from 3 tonight, which is crazy. Brown is 0 for 9 from 3. That's wild. That's wild, man. And Brunson going to knock down the free throws. We are tied at 91. We got a game, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like button for your boy. Let's go. Let's go. We got cardiac hoops. That's all I asked for. Make it a good game. That's all I ask for. Tatum, Brown for the go-ahead. He missed it. Too much on it. Picked up by the Knicks. 4:20 to go. Tied at 91. Playoff hoops. Jalen Brunson guarded by Drew Holiday. Brunson going to take the screen from Towns. Brunson going to step back for three. Oh, he hits it. What a shot by Jalen Brunson. 4 minutes to play. And the Knicks have the lead again. Their first of the game since the first quarter. Derek White, can he tie it up? He cannot. Celtics pick it up. Holiday for the tie. And that one bounced up off the top of the backboard. The Celtics have lost it. Whew. Playoff hoops, man. This feels like what the Celtics are doing right now. It feels like a Sixers playoff game. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm surprised the Celtics have collapsed the way they did in this game. Now, again, it's not over, but man, have the Celtics even driven the ball into the paint in the last 10 minutes? Look, if the Knicks can win this game, I'm not going to say they're going to win the series, but this would be a huge steal of the game for the Knicks if they can find a way to win it. This is wild, man. I don't know what the Celtics are doing right now. Guys, we got 120 plus in the chat. We need 6 more likes. Get us to 100 likes. Let's go, man. Hit that thumbs up button. Knicks better take advantage because they're not going to get another like. This is Shazy. Don says, I picked the Knicks to win the series. Shouts to the members in here, man. Shouts to the mods. Brunson does hit some clutch shots, I will admit. He's got that clutch gene, man. He's had it since Villanova. Alrighty. We need 7 more likes now. Somebody unlike the stream. Hit the like button, man. Get us to 100. Here's Brunson again. Brunson working against Horford. Horford on his grill. Brunson step back. Oh my gosh. He does it again. Brunson does it again. Back to back. Wow. Brown driving to the rack and he's fouled by Bridges. Yo, that was a crazy shot by Jalen Brunson. Like I said, I'm going to give credit where it's due. I have no skin in the game here. Holy crap. Yo, Brunson's got the clutch gene, man. Wow. Wow. First one good for Jaylen Brown. I remember when Brunson was drafted, and again, I'm a Villanova fan, so I watched almost every Jalen Brunson game, and I always knew he was clutch, but he has elevated his game to a completely different level from what he was expected to be as a second-round pick to where he is. Now, again, he's a flopper and a foul baiter, and he's annoying to watch, but I'm not going to deny the fact that this dude can hit a shot when the game's on the line. Both free throws good for the Celtics, 97-93. We got 3:05 to play. Brunson has it again. Holiday sticking him tight. They're going to get a switch again onto Horford. Hart, the pass, he kicks it out. Anunoby. Anunoby's got to settle a deep two. He missed it. No foul. Here come the Celtics, 3-on-2. Tatum all the way. It was poked by Brunson. What they called a foul on Jalen Brunson. That's going to be number 4 on Brunson. 2:50 to go. Wow. Guys, we need 4 more likes. Shout out to the chat. Let's go, man. Hit those thumbs up for your boy. By the way, Tatum, 15 rebounds. That's crazy. First one good at the line for Jaylen Brown. Or excuse me, for Jason Tatum. And the second one is good. This is a perfect example of, hey, we need to take advantage of the moment if we are the Knicks. Here's Jalen Brunson again, 97-95. I'm on the edge of my seat. Let's go. Get some fires in the chat. It's been an awesome game here in the second half. Got to appreciate good playoff hoops. Here's Brunson again. He's wide open for three. And they're going to say he went over with the basketball. He walked. Let's see. Did he actually? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He definitely walked there. So now the Celtics will have a chance to tie it back up or take the lead. Tatum takes the screen. Now he's got Town on the switch. Kicks it down to Holiday. Out to White. Derek White for the lead. And he hits it! Derek White comes through again and gives Boston the lead. Timeout, Tom Thibodeau. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. What a game. Holy smokes, man. Somebody earlier in the chat said Derek White is not good. He's overrated. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to admit good things about the Boston Celtics, but I am going to admit it. Like, Derek White is clutch, man. He's only 6 for 17 tonight, but he's also got that clutch gene. Like, you need a big shot. Sometimes Tatum shies away. Last year in the playoffs, there were so many instances where Tatum was not playing good basketball, and Jaylen Brown and Derek White just took over. Crazy. Crazy. Will the Sixers be playing meaningful round 2 basketball next year? I hope so, says Riaz. I hope the Sixers are playing round 3 and round 4 meaningful basketball. 130 people in the chat. We got 100 likes. Drop the yes, sirs. Let's go, man. I know we're behind here on the stream due to YouTube, but hey, 2:05 to play. Knicks have it. 1-point game. Let's go. No spoilers in the chat. Mods, keep it clean. Keep them going in the chat. 98-97. Here's Brunson. Steps back. Brunson throws it to nobody. Turned over by Jalen Brunson. He almost walked, but he threw it anyway. And the Celtics have it back. Like I said, if you are the Knicks, you need to win this basketball game. Here's Jason Tatum. Let's see what the Celtics have. Horford going to set the screen. They get the switch. Tatum on Towns. Here's another screen from Holiday. Tatum going to pull up for three. Off the mark. Holiday tracks down the board. And the Celtics get a very much necessary offensive board. Tatum steps back. Finds Horford. 5 on the shot clock. Tatum wants another 3. Missed it again. Yo, Tatum, why is he still shooting the ball, man? Holy crap. Yo, Jason Tatum is mind-boggling right now. Like, what is he doing? Brunson, the turn, the spin, kicks it. Anunoby for the lead. He has it. Knicks take the lead with 1:05 to go. The Knicks are up by 2. Here's Derek White coming around a screen, finds Holiday. Less than a minute to go here in TD Garden. Jaylen Brown to Holiday. He lays it up and in. We are tied at 100. Drop the yes, sirs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wake 'em up. We got a game. 40 seconds to play here in Boston. Game 1, tied at 100. Brunson to Bridges, the drive, the kick, Anunoby from the mid-range, can't get it to go. White falls on it, and a timeout by Joe Mazzulla. Celtics have the ball, 28 seconds to go. Whew. Holy crap. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to talk about playoff hoops? Man, I'll be honest with you. Got 146 people in here. Welcome in. Please like the show, subscribe to the channel. We're going to do as many playoff streams as we can. I miss the Sixers in these high leverage moments. Usually it ends with heartbreak, but I miss these cardiac type of moments, man. So I'm glad that we get to watch playoff hoops and just have a good time. But yo, what a game, man. What a game. Mods, please keep the spoilers out of the chat. Guys, I know we're behind. That's due to the YouTube streaming thing. Plus, my broadcast is probably a little bit behind. So please do not spoil in the chat. Mods, keep them out. Guys, 28 seconds to go. We are tied at 100. Celtics are going to have the ball. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm not going to look at the chat. I don't want to get spoiled, but I'm telling you this right now, ladies and gentlemen. Jason Tatum cannot be the go-to guy here. It's got to be Jaylen Brown or Derek White. Jason Tatum has taken some mind-boggling shots here. Derek White with the rock up at the top, guarded by Bridges. 20 seconds to go. 14 on the shot clock. White going to find Tatum. They're going to feed Tatum. This is crazy. Horford going to set the screen. Tatum, crossover. Tatum, step back three. What are you doing? White gets the rebound. Knicks have a timeout. What is Jason Tatum doing with the ball, man? Oh my gosh. Jason Tatum is not clutch. I'm sorry. I got to say it. Somebody's got to say it. I'm going to say it. I have no skin in the game. How many times has Jason Tatum taken a three in this fourth quarter? First off, why did you just take a three? Why did you just take a three, Tatum? It made no sense. All you need is 1 point. And why would you draw up a play for Jason Tatum, man? That made absolutely no sense, bro. Why would you go to Jason Tatum? This is what I'm talking about with these coaches sometimes. Like, it's really not that hard to see that Jason Tatum has chucked up about 12 threes in the fourth quarter alone and can't hit one to save his life. Guys, no spoilers in the chat, please. We have 5 seconds to go on the game clock. It's going to be probably Jalen Brunson with the ball. He might honestly try to draw a foul. So if you're the Celtics, you got to be careful of that. I'll be honest, man. I think Brunson can hit a game winner here. I mean, he's got the clutch gene. He's been clutch tonight. I think he can hit a game winner, honestly. Bridges looking for Brunson, trying to find somebody. They find Hart back to Bridges. And Boston had a foul to give. That was a pretty wise foul. I think they had a foul to give, right? Yeah, they did. So now we're at 5.0 seconds on the game clock. 1 timeout remaining for Boston, none for the Knicks. It's going to be Brunson to inbound. They're probably going to do a little give and go right back to Brunson. Holiday guarding Brunson. Here's the inbound to Cat. They're trying to find Brunson. Cutting to the rim. Floats one up. And it does not fall. Oh, it went in and out for Jalen Brunson. I thought he had it. Brunson with a little smirk. And that right there could be the difference between winning or losing this game, winning or losing this series. That's how beautiful sports are. That was a great cut by Jalen Brunson. He's got to put that in. Brunson knows that he just missed a huge opportunity. And the Celtics called a timeout with 0.1 on the clock. Wow. Busy Bee says, if you spoil, you're getting timed. Yes, exactly. No spoilers in the chat. Man, that was crazy. Brunson had it. Brunson missed the game winner. Wow. Now they're going to put 0.6 on the clock. .6 on the clock. Can they actually get a three-pointer off? I don't think they can. They're going to have to do one of those little turn and launches, but we'll see. They're at half court. No timeouts left. They're going to have to go to somebody with a quick jumper, maybe a Jaylen Brown. I don't know why they have Derek White inbounding this. Everybody on their feet. Probably going to overtime here. Derek White looking to inbound. Derek White to Tatum. He turns, launches. And that is going to do it. We are going to overtime, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to overtime. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Shout out to everybody in here, man. 254 in the chat. Thanks for being here. Be sure to like the show and subscribe to the channel. We're streaming as many playoff games as we can. Wow. I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, you know, it's hard for me to like really put into words what I just saw. Credit to the Knicks for coming back. They were down. How many points were they down? Like 20 something? 20. They were down 20 points. Knicks are shooting 16 for 33 from long range. Celtics are 14 for 57. Somewhere around the world right now, there's a bunch of like 50-year-old dads who are like yelling at their TV that the Celtics have shot 57 threes. But anyway, wow. Jason Tatum, I mean, I was giving him credit earlier in this show, and he's got 15 rebounds and all. But Jason Tatum played one of the worst second halves that I have ever seen. Am I overstating that? Like, he's 6 for 21. But I don't even care about the stats. I'm talking about like the eye test. I'm talking about the natural feel of a game as an athlete. I don't know what he went in the fourth quarter, but there was about 7 or 8 that I can remember off the top of my head where Jason Tatum just chucked a wide open deep three, like, you know, for no reason. Like, he's obviously off. And Derek White is on fire. And even the last play that Missoula drew up, Jason Tatum gets the shot and he misses it. And instead of trying to drive to the lane, he goes for a three and misses it. I don't know. Anyway, Brunson had the game-winning shot. It was a nice call after the timeout, and he had to hit a little runner, and he missed it. So that could determine whether the Knicks win or lose this game, whether they win or lose this series. If you're the Knicks right now, you're in desperation mode. Like, you need to win this game. This is your chance to steal. And, yeah, I mean, that could cost them. It really could. All right, man, let's go. Tied at 100. The Knicks have it first in overtime. Game 1 here in TD Garden. Brunson guarded by Drew Holiday. Knicks are 6-2 in OT this year. Celtics are 4-2. Brunson around a screen. He's going to chuck up a three. That one's off the mark. Cat gets it, tips it back. Brunson another chance, and he missed both of them. Brunson goes 0 for 2. Derek White getting harassed, and this time he gets fouled out of bounds. And that's going to be on Josh Hart. That's number 4. So now Cat, Brunson, and Hart all with 4 fouls. Tatum vanished in the second half. Yeah, he did. He did. Banishes, let's get to 200 likes. Everybody hit that thumbs up, man. Here's Jaylen Brown going to pump fake. Drives, throws down low. Drew Holiday kicks it back. Derek White. White guarded by Hart. Derek White down low to Horford in traffic. He swings it out. Holiday's got to launch it. And it was blocked by the Knicks. Shot clock violation. Whew. What a game, man. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not yet, like the stream right now. Hit the like button. That helps us push this out to more viewers. What a game we have here in the second round to start us off in this series. Here's Bridges. Bridges steps back, crosses over. He drives, fades for two. He airballed it. Tatum picks it up, and here we go. Celtics with a chance to take the lead yet again. 3:40 to play. Celtics are just going to take all threes, aren't they? Brown going to drive, kick, Horford, stolen away. What a play by Mikal Bridges. Up the floor, Hart, Anunoby, and slams it down at the rim, and he's fouled by Tatum, and one. And one. Bridges with an incredible play on the defensive side. He steals it, jumps out of bounds to save the ball. And Tatum with another mind-boggling play. Anunoby going to knock it down. This is why I said last year in the playoffs that Tatum really is not like the alpha that you need him to be. He just has an amazing team. Don't get me wrong, he's good. But man, he is just, I don't know what he's doing here tonight. Here's Drew Holiday around a screen. He's going to step back for the tie. Can't get it to go. Knicks tap it away. Goes out of bounds. Bridges is down after a hard fall. And Bridges is slow to get up. We got Banj in the chat. We got Don Boyle, Don Vito, Busy B, Clint. Shout out to the members. Let's go. Hit that subscribe button, man. Bridges slow to get up, but he's going to stay in. 3:07 to go here in overtime. What a game it has been. Here's Tatum. Going to find Derek White. Back to Jason Tatum. I don't know why they're still going to Tatum here. Tatum around his screen. Tatum again behind the back. Tatum trying to create. 3, 2, 1. Steps back for two. He airballed it. Yo, Tatum is... Bro, Tatum might have to be benched right now. I'm not even joking. He's playing so bad, I might even bench him. Here's Josh Hart. Hart. Guarded by Horford. Horford giving him space. 9 on the shot clock. Hart finds a cutting Anunoby. Tatum down low. Getting aggressive with the hands. Here's Bridges from the corner and knocks it down. The Knicks take a 6-point lead. Whew. Knicks are up by 2 possessions. 2:20 to go here in overtime. Horford has it up top. They're going to find Derek White. Down to Tatum. In the post, he goes up and lays it through. Tatum finally gets a bucket to go. 2:05 to play. It's a 4-point lead for the Knicks. Crowd is chanting defense. The Celtics desperately need a stop. Brunson going to try to take advantage here. He drives to the rack, goes up, missed the runner, and Cat taps it in. Knicks are overpowering the Celtics right now. 6-point lead. Big game here for both of these teams. Here's Drew Holiday guarded up at the perimeter. He's going to find Horford. Horford guarded by Cat. Here's Tatum. Tatum around the screen again. 7 on the shot clock. Here's Tatum. He's going to drive, blow by Cat. Brown kicks it off. Horford pump fake. Now the 3. Missed it. Holiday the rebound. They have another chance now. Here's Jaylen Brown. He wants a 3 and got it to go. Oh, what a shot by Jaylen Brown. And it's a 3-point ball game. 1:10 to play. Whew. Drop the fires in the chat. I want to see everybody drop a fire in the chat. This is an insane game, man. 7 on the shot clock. Here's Brunson, guarded by Holiday, guarding him tightly. Brunson going to step back, settles for a deep 2. He missed it. Celtics pick it up. Here comes Jaylen Brown. 50 seconds to play. 108, 105. New York with the lead. Brown, the cross, the drive. He goes all the way to the rack, and he missed it. He missed it. How did it pop out of the hole? Brunson back to Hart. Hart to Brunson. 32 seconds to play. 15 on the shot clock. Knicks are going to hold. Brunson around the screen. Holiday stays on him. Bounces it back to Hart. Hart's got to chuck up a three. It's short. Picked up by the Celtics. Shot clock unplugged. Celtics trying to tie. Knicks guarding beyond the perimeter. Tatum with the ball. 10 on the clock. Tatum has it. He drives. Throws it to Brown. Brown, 3, 2. Was he fouled? It was fouled. Was it on the shot or on the floor? 3 seconds here on the clock. Was it on the foul or on the floor? So Karl-Anthony Towns ended up fouling Jaylen Brown on the floor. Actually, probably benefited him more that he did it on the floor. And we have a timeout by the Celtics. Holy smokes, what a game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's what we need to do, man. 250 people in the chat. I need everybody to hit that thumbs up button. We're giving you the play-by-play all night long. This has been a wild, wild basketball game. This has been a wild basketball game. We're going to stream the whole series. I need y'all to all hit the like button right now. Hit those thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Get the emojis flying in the chat. Members, let's see them. Drop the fires. Holy smokes, what a game. Thank you for all joining in here on the live stream. The more we hit that thumbs up button, the more we can get this in front of more people. So I don't think the Celtics are going to shoot free throws here, right? I don't think they were in the bonus yet. Is that correct? All I know is that the Knicks just dodged a bullet here by Cat hitting him on the floor. So the Celtics are going to draw up a play. 3 seconds to go here in overtime. 108-105. Can the Celtics get one off and try to tie this bad boy up? Derek White looking to inbound. They have to use another timeout. They used their last one. Holy smokes, man. What a game. It's either game one goes to the Knicks or we're going to double overtime. Wow. If the Celtics do drop this game, it is going to be solely because Jason Tatum made probably the worst decisions I've ever seen in one half of basketball. Like, the way that Jason Tatum approached the second half was insane. The fact that Mazzulla kept riding it through Tatum is just bonkers to me. But if I'm the Celtics right now, there's no question for me. I'm going right back to Derek White, and I'm letting him try to tie this thing up. If they go to Jason Tatum again, Joe Mazzulla needs to take a look in the mirror tonight. I mean, you got to have like assistant coaches or somebody telling you on the sideline, like, yo, this is not what we should be doing. Celtics have 45 missed three-pointers tonight. They've missed 45 threes. Holy crap. Derek White's going to inbound it. Here's Jaylen Brown. Brown beyond the perimeter. And it was stolen by Bridges. Game over. Knicks take game one. Wow. The Knicks win game one. A gutsy win on the road. An improbable comeback. Bridges yanks it away from Brown. That's a big play for Mikal Bridges. I don't know what the Celtics were thinking there. I don't know what kind of play that was. Hey, I was talking hella smack on Bridges earlier. I got to give him his credit, though. That was one heck of a play. That was one heck of a play. Wow. Wow. That is a wild, wild basketball game. I can't believe that just happened, but it did. Wow. Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts on that in the chat? Here's my thoughts on that game. First off, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Like the stream, subscribe to the show. Let me know if we should stream the rest of that series. Let me know if we should continue to stream this series in the chat. Here's my takeaway on this game, man. Somebody said, can we get respect? Now, you guys can't get respect if you're not going to come in the entire game, you know? If you come in the entire game, yeah, you'll get your respect. But look, at the end of the day, I have no skin in the game in this series. I'm just giving you my analysis and my takes. So here is my thoughts on this game. Guys, I want to know your thoughts in the chat. This is an honest question. Honest question. Do you think the Knicks won that game, or do you think the Celtics lost that game? Like, which would you pick if you had to choose one? First off, I want to give the Knicks credit for a gutsy win. That was a heck of a win. To do that on the road in Boston in game one. See, that's the difference with me, right? I'm not going to come in here and just be salty. I'm going to give them their credit. Like, that was a heck of a win. I don't know how they pulled that out of their ass. They were down 20 points in the third quarter. And to do that on the road in Boston was impressive. But they did exactly what I said they had to do from the beginning of the game. They did it for one quarter. Then they got away from it for 2 quarters. And then they went back to it late, which was being physical. Being physical is what won them that game, right? Once we got to the fourth quarter, the Knicks were everywhere. Now, again, I'm going to get to the Celtics in a second. I think they contributed as well. But you see how the Knicks were just generating easy buckets off the break, off transition, couple steals, right? Couple traps lead to easy buckets. Like they were forcing it down their throat in the fourth quarter, where they kind of took their foot off the gas pedal in the second and third quarter. So credit to the Knicks. I thought Mikal Bridges played really good defensively at the end of that game. Brunson hit a couple big threes late, even though he missed the game winner. And for the Knicks to be in foul trouble and for their starters to play that many minutes, I mean, Bridges played 51 minutes. Credit to them. I see this guy in the chat says, we have crow for you Philly fans to eat. I see, this is what gets me, man. See, this is why I don't like to give the Knicks credit, because you got fans like that who come in here that, right, the Knicks fans didn't say a word all game. And they come in here as soon as they take the lead at the end of the game and they act like they just won the finals. I'm going to say this one time for the Knicks fans that are listening in right now. You guys got to humble yourself, man. You really do. That's a perfect transition over to the Celtics, okay? Because you got Knicks fans that are coming in here like, oh my gosh, you know, we have crow for you guys to eat. You're worried about Philly fans. What you should be worried about is the fact that the Celtics, it just said they missed a playoff record 45 three-pointers tonight and almost won the game. Somewhere in America right now, there is like 1 million 55-year-old dads who slammed their TV remote, turned off the game, and turned on The Bachelorette with their wives because they're saying, in what world do the Celtics shoot 63 pointers in a basketball game and miss 45 of them? Like, that doesn't feel like the NBA. But anyway, my point is, the Celtics had 45 missed three-pointers. Jason Tatum had a mind-boggling second half. And the Celtics almost won this game. So for the Knicks fans that are coming in here like, oh, eat your crow. Well, let me tell you something. The Knicks better show up and play a lot better next game if they want a chance of winning this series. Now, let me talk about Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum, right? Last year throughout the playoffs, I had to eat crow about the Celtics. They were dominating teams, even though they ran through an unhealthy workload, right? With the Cavs and the Pacers and the Knicks and like all these teams, right? They didn't play the Knicks, but the Celtics got really lucky last year with who they played. But they were good. They handled business. They dominated. What we saw tonight is something that I don't feel like we're going to see a lot from them. Now, they have done it before where they go up by 20. And honestly, I feel like the Celtics kind of get bored with the game. I feel like they kind of get bored. And they're like, all right, we're just going to shoot 20 consecutive three-pointers because we're bored. Now, if they had made some of those tonight, I mean, they blow this game out of proportion. They were not on. But Jason Tatum, what I saw from Jason Tatum tonight had to be one of the most mind-boggling second halves that I think I've ever seen in my life. If I'm not mistaken, Jason Tatum had, 13 or 11 points in the first quarter? And he only scored 10 the rest of the way. Jason Tatum finished this game 7 for 23. He went 4 for 15 from 3. I would love to know the splits for the fourth quarter. There was about 7 or 8 three balls in the fourth quarter where Tatum is heavily contested. And he's just chucking it up from deep. Chucking it up from deep. Tatum, at some point, you need to realize why people were saying the things about you that they were saying last year in the playoffs. It was Jaylen Brown who was the MVP of that team. It was Jaylen Brown who won the Finals MVP. It was Derek White who was so clutch in those series last year. They carried Jason Tatum in a lot of those games because he gets this tunnel vision. And obviously last year his shot wasn't going. But in a game like tonight, when you feel the lead dwindling, and even when Jaylen Brown comes back in the game, why would you continue to take that many shots? That made no sense. And for Joe Mazzulla, with the game on the line, to call up a three ball for Jason Tatum at the top of the arc, that made no sense at all. What was that? Even in overtime, the final call there, I did not like. I don't know why Derek White was inbounding the basketball, because Derek White was the guy that should have had the final shot. That didn't make any sense to me. But they throw it across the court to Jaylen Brown, who gets ripped by Mikal Bridges. That did not make any sense to me. Not at all. So anyway, Jason Tatum was the sole reason that the Celtics lost tonight. We can look at all the threes they missed. We can just say, oh, well, they didn't make enough shots. You have to make shots to win the game. That's true. But Jason Tatum completely killed the confidence of that team in the fourth quarter. Jason Tatum killed the confidence of the Celtics in the fourth quarter. He got tunnel vision, and he just did not let it go. That's my takeaway on that. $2 super chat from Kenneth Lamar. He says beef. Kenneth Lamar, thank you for the super chat, man. Thank you for the super chat. Kenneth Lamar, he says beef. I don't know if he's saying this, the Knicks and the Celtics have beef, or if he's saying the Sixers have beef. I don't know. I don't have beef with anybody. I'm here just analyzing the game. And I know there's a bunch of Knicks fans that are storming in, talking their talk. Congratulations. Great win by the Knicks. I'm just here to see this series through and see how it goes. I'm really glad that we got a good game tonight. That's all I wanted from this series. That's all I wanted from tonight. And now we could have a series. But if I'm the New York Knicks, and I'm just speaking from my own perspective here, if I'm the New York Knicks, I don't feel overly confident with this win because the Celtics missed 45 three-pointers. On most nights, they're going to hit about 40%. And the Knicks know they have to play better. But the Knicks needed to win this game. The Knicks needed to win this ball game, and they did. That was a big win by the New York Knicks. That was a big win. To do that on the road, that was huge. Impressive win, but they're going to have to play a lot better. And Tatum, if I'm Joe Mazzulla, if I'm being honest with you, man, if I'm Joe Mazzulla, I am sitting down Tatum tonight, and I'm telling him, yo, what you did tonight was unacceptable. What you did tonight was absolutely unacceptable. It will not be tolerated. If I was Joe Mazzulla, I would have benched Jason Tatum in the fourth quarter. That's how bad he was playing. But then again, when you think about the way the Celtics play, we all constantly ask ourselves this question: can the Celtics win a championship playing the way that they do? And they did last year. They went up against a lot of banged up teams, but they've shown that they can do it. But when you miss 45 threes, you're probably not going to win a game. So I want to know from you guys in the chat right now. I'm going to turn it over to the comments for a few minutes before we get out of here. I don't know if we have Knicks fans, Celtics fan. I haven't checked the chat. I want to give a shout out to our mods and our members who have been great all night in keeping the chat, flowing and clean. Thank you very much for being here and, keeping the chat going. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to know from you in the comments right now. Do you think the Knicks have a real chance to win this series after tonight? Do you think the Knicks have a real chance to win this series after tonight's game? Ladies and gentlemen, do you think the Knicks have a real chance to win this series after this game tonight? CL says Tatum in the fourth, 4 points, 1 for 9. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. I knew it was something like that. I knew it was something like 1 for 9, but yo, he was awful. He was awful. Also, another thought I had that I tweeted out. Why can't the Sixers find a Derek White, man? Derek White's so good. He went 6 for 18 tonight, but he's so clutch, man. Now, I feel like I've been very fair in my analysis here. Knicks fans, would you agree? Celtics fans, would you agree? Like, I'm trying to keep it as fair as I can, non-biased as I can. I hate to give either of these teams credit, but I'm just speaking it how I see it. I think the Knicks had an impressive win tonight, but I think if the Celtics are just a little bit closer to normal and Jason Tatum doesn't have a mind-boggling performance in the second half, I think the Celtics win this game by a handily amount. Here's my answer to the question before I read your guys' answers out. I'm going to say that the Celtics probably still win this series. I picked them in 5. That might end up being 6, but I think the Celtics will learn from this tonight. I mean, they have championship pedigree from last year. They know what it takes. Now they're going to have to go steal one in New York, but I think the Celtics are good enough to do that. However, I will say this. If Kristaps Porzingis is not healthy, I mean, he only had an illness tonight, but if he's not healthy, and if Sam Hauser, who went out in the third quarter, is not healthy, I do think that could potentially tip the scale a little bit. I do think that could tip the scale a little bit if those two are not healthy. But I think they will be. All right, let's see what the chat is saying. Let's see. Wade says no. Juan says no. Vegas says no. Busy Bee says no. They can keep it interesting. Hey, I hope they do keep it interesting just for the stream's purposes. Tonight was fun. Dom says probably don't. Celtics in 5 says Jamie. Zach says they got a chance. AJ says Pacers on top. Wade says Celtics had a rare fluke and Tatum made bad decisions. Eric says, yes, I'm a Knicks fan, so I'm biased. Tatum was 0 for 7 in the fourth quarter, says Eric. Somebody said 1 for 9, but yeah, he was terrible in the fourth quarter of this game. Honestly, if Tatum just doesn't take as many shots as he did, the Celtics still probably win. I mean, that was mind-boggling. I don't know what Tatum was thinking. I don't know if he thought that this was like some random Tuesday in November, but Tatum was out there and he was playing like you know what Tatum was playing like? He was playing like an NBA 2K like practice warm-up game. He was playing like you give the ball to one player in 2K and you just keep pressing square. You just keep launching it up. I don't know what the heck that was tonight by Tatum. I don't know what that was. But that was crazy. But yeah, that's my takeaway on this game. Bridges stepped it up defensively late in this game. I don't think the Celtics will make the same mistake, but they need to take the ball away from Tatum. I mean, Jaylen Brown to go 1 for 10 from 3, that's not really normal. I just feel like the Celtics missed a lot. Joe Mazzulla is going to probably have some crazy post-game quote. He's going to come out there and say something wild and, you know, we'll get it fixed, but I don't know, man. I know the Celtics play like this, so I'm not surprised. But it's like, why not take the ball to the rim? And when you had the game on the line and the game was tied up, right? And you draw up a final play of Jason Tatum trying to knock down a deep 3. Like, why not get him cutting to the rim? You get a layup or you get fouled, it's game over. I don't know. Mazzulla had some bad coaching decisions too in this game. I don't know. That's surprising to me. That's surprising. Anyway, man, that turned into an amazing ball game. A lot better than I thought it would be. But nonetheless, the Knicks get it done here on the road in game 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be live for hopefully the entire series or most of it. So be sure to tap in with us live. We will be breaking it all down. If you guys have not yet, please do me a huge favor. Like the show, subscribe to the channel. You can follow us on all social medias. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Philly Take with RB. Follow me on Twitter /X at RB Philly Take. I'm going to drop them in the chat so you guys can go follow me on there. And be sure to join our Discord, man. Be sure to join our Discord. That's where we talk about everything sports related. Got a lot of people up in there. And if you would also care to support a creator like myself who's trying to grind out as many streams as we can for the playoffs, and you want to get all the cool perks in the chat, all the live emojis and badges and all that, consider becoming a channel member. Hit that join button or hit the link that is pinned at the top of the live chat and consider becoming a channel member. All right, man. That's all I got. What a game. What a game. We were definitely treated to an amazing ball game tonight. Shout out to the members. Shout out to the moderators. You guys are the best. Busy B's been in here all stream holding it down. Thank you, Busy B. Dom holding it down. Banj holding it down. All the others. And also, we're going to be live tomorrow, guys. I think we're going to try to live stream the Warriors and Timberwolves game tomorrow night. So we're going to try to stream that series as well. We'll see how it goes. And lastly, I dropped the video earlier today. So we also drop videos on this channel in case you're new. And we talk about a variety of things. So I'm going to actually drop the link to that video so you guys can go check it out tonight. But I will see some of you tomorrow night as the Warriors take on the Timberwolves. So definitely be sure to check it out. Zach, thanks for being here. Jay's Junk, I'll give you credit. Shout out to Jay's Junk, even though he was talking his talk. At least he was here. That's a Knicks fan that actually tapped in with us. He was here. So credit to you. Credit to your Knicks. But yeah, for all the other Knicks fans that tapped in at the end talking their smack, you know, I only give credit to the ones that stayed in here all game, man. Through the ups and downs. Drop the link to that video in the chat. Go check it out. We got 200 likes. Oh, we got 200. Let's go. We're going to piss off the neighbors before we get out of here, man. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Every 100 likes, we drop a yes, sir. Wake them up, man. Wake them up. One of these days, the neighbors are going to storm over and kick down the door and probably go crazy. Shouts to the neighbors, man. All right, man. Shouts to the new subscribers. Thank you all for tapping in. This was a lot of fun tonight. What a game, man. Knicks win it in overtime, 108-105. I'll catch some of you guys back here tomorrow night. The rest of you, I'll see you back on Wednesday for game 2. Shouts to the members, the mods, everybody tapping in live with us. What a game. What a game. Knicks take game 1 in TD Garden. Crazy comeback. Crazy thriller. See what happens in game 2. Good night, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your night. Catch you on the next one. Peace.